if you think we're on the run. We are the boys who will stop your little game. We are the boys who will make you think again. 'Cause who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think old England's done? Mr. Brown goes off to town on the A21, but he comes home each evening and he's ready with his gun. So who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think old England's done?
Take your thumb out of your mouth, boy. You know, Wilson, I'd give anything I possess to have a crack at the enemy.
Yes, sir.
One feels so helpless. Our boys knocking Jerry for 6 out there, and here are we stuck in the pavilion.
Right, oh! Right, in, come on. Number 2 patrol reporting, sir.
All right, Corporal.
All quiet, sir. What? I said all quiet, sir. When I say all quiet, I'm not referring to the noise, sir, if you know what I mean. All quiet is part of military procedure, you see, sir.
What the old fool's trying to tell you, Captain Mannering, is that we didn't spot any Nazi parachutists.
Why the men got fixed bayonets, Corporal?
Well, in case the parachutists come floating down, you've got to be ready for the old upward thrust, sir.
Put your finger in that hole.
I'm sorry,
Right.
Mr. Mannering, sir. I'm sorry, sir.
Go and have a rest in the corner, Jones.
Very good, sir. Number 2 patrol, in the corner, having a rest at the double.
I think he's better leaving by himself, sir.
Well, you may scoff, but I admire his spirit. You can see the light of battle in his eyes. Very exhilarating.
Yes, awfully good, sir, but he does get rather excited.
Wouldn't mind seeing the light of battle in your eyes sometimes. If you kept alone for long enough. What's the matter? Haven't you had enough sleep?
Well, I must admit, sir, we've been rather hard at it just recently. I mean, we spent all the day in the bank and half the night on duty.
I'm just as tired as you are, though. I don't go about with a dozy look on my face. As an officer, I have to set an example to the men, and you should do the same.
Of course.
Come on, brighten up.
All right,
brighten
right.
up.
I will, yes.
Class, huh? Would you like some hundreds and thousands?
What? Oh, how absolutely lovely. Thank you so much.
You like some, Mr. Mannering?
Not with my cocoa, thank you.
I always get my sweets ration in hundreds and thousands. See, because they weigh much lighter and you get far more coop.
One 3 section, get ready for patrol.
Captain Mannering! Sir, if you ask my opinion, I'd think it's sheer folly for the men to go out there just now. Sheer folly! The shrapnel's coming down like hail.
What do you suggest we do, then? Crouch in this funk hole all night?
No, but after all, there's nothing much they can do out there, is there? So they might as well stay in here. It's just plain common sense.
War has nothing to do with common sense, Fraser. I don't want to skulk in here. I want to get out there and get to grips with the enemy.
Aren't they rather high up, don't you think?
Oh, Captain Mannering, that's the sort of talk I like to hear, sir. You know, you remind me of a major we had in the trenches in 1916. He was just like you. His name was Major Willoughby Darcy, sir. And he didn't like skulking either. He couldn't bear skulking. He didn't like crouching and skulking at all, sir. He was a marvellous man. You ought to have seen him. His top boots polished like glass, and he had a monocle in his eye glistening away there. Anyway, one day, we was all crouching down in the trench, and suddenly he says, "Look here, boys. I've had about enough of this," he says. "I'm going up on the parapet and walk about and show them damn Jerrys I am not afraid of them." And he got up on the parapet.
Yes, I think I know what you're going to tell me, Joe. He walked about on the parapet and never suffered a scratch.
No, so he got shot. And he got shot in a very awkward place. He did a lot of crouching after that.
Yes, all right.
Would you like some hundreds and thousands, Mr. Jones?
Oh, that's very nice.
Go on, help
Thank you
yourself,
very
and that's
much.
what you like.
All week sweetness all over the floor.
Oh, blimey, that was close. I think it came down in the woods. Here,
What are you lot doing hiding in here? Shouldn't you be out looking for parachutes?
Why don't you clear off? Mind your own business.
Now, don't you start Napoleon.
Why aren't you out ARPing?
Look, mate, we've been on duty all night. I've done my job. That was the second bomb we've had tonight.
Where did the first one come down?
Oh, luckily it was only a small one dropped on the pumping station. But there was nobody in it.
What do you mean there was nobody in it? Walker and Godfrey are on duty there.
Oh, no one told me.
Come on, let's get as fast as we can. Come on,
Right, sir,
Wilson.
right, yes.
Fraser, go.
Yes, sir. Come in.
What are you doing down there, boy?
I'm picking up my hundreds and thousands.
Well, get up. You're in charge here now, Miss Sponge.
Hey, just a minute. You can't go interfering. This is an ARP matter.
Why don't you mind your own business?
Stop pushing everybody about.
Put on the road, you great lumber.
Go on, pick up some hundreds and thousands. Look.
Warden, after you.
Who are you a shoving of? Who do you think you be? Who are you a shoving of?
There you are. I told you nobody's here.
They must be in the other room. Ceiling's fallen in.
Mr. Mannering! Mr. Mannering!
Get Walker.
Sure, I'll give you a bunk up.
All right, Corporal. Are you all right, Walker?
Yeah, I'm all right, sir, but I can't get up.
What happened?
Well, all the walls falling against that door and I can't open it.
Where's Godfrey?
He's up in the top bunk having a sleep.
Oh, Godfrey, asleep. The old fool's asleep. On duty. In wartime. On national service. That's an offence punishable by death. Do you hear what I said, Captain Monroe? Death! Death! All right,
What are you both doing in there? One of you should be on duty on the roof.
Yeah, well, I did my 2 hours on the roof and then I come down to get Godfrey to relieve me. Now, I found he was asleep, I couldn't wake him up, and then the bomb came down.
Take Godfrey's name, Wilson, will you? I'll see him in the office a little bit.
I've known his name for years.
Well, write it down.
Mr. Mannering, I don't think you understand. I think he's ill.
Why?
Well, I can't wake him. I've tried everything.
All right, we'll have you out of there in no time.
Right, so I'll give you a bunk down. Wait a minute.
All right. Now, come. Oh, not you. Come. So, Wilson, come with me. Right, sit down.
You married, sir?
I don't think it's too bad. I think we'll soon shift this.
Hey, you're not shifting anything. This is an ARP job, heavy rescue. And I'm in charge. I'm Chief Warden, remember?
Rubbish. I'm in charge here.
Look, I tell you why I'm in charge.
These are my men, and I am in charge, and that is that.
Good heavens, sir, look at that.
What?
All those huge cracks in the ceiling.
This lot could come down at any moment.
God blimey. Perhaps you're right, Captain Mannering. You should be in charge. I mean, as you say, they are your men.
Keep perfectly still,
Right, sir.
Wilson, and take my hand.
I beg your pardon?
Take my hand.
All right, sir.
All right. Now, Charlie, that ceiling has collapsed. God knows what's holding up the rest of it. But the slightest noise or movement could bring the whole thing crashing down on us. Now, we haven't got very much time because, for all we know, Godfrey might be very ill.
The question is, how can we shift that rubble without the rest of the roof coming down on top of us?
Well, the only way that I can see is that we must form a chain. And then we pass the rubble back into this room.
Good idea.
Now, it's not going to be very pleasant for whoever's at the head of that chain.
Not pleasant. It's going to be damn dangerous.
Permission to whisper, sir.
Sir, I'd like to volunteer to be at the head of a daisy chain. You let me do that, say, let me be at the head of a daisy chain.
Daisy chain. No, Cole. We're going to draw lots for it. Now, I'm going to put crosses on 2 pieces of this paper, and whoever gets the 2 crosses goes to the head of the chain. Yeah. Right.
Uncle Arthur,
Yes, what is it, Frank?
I saw them do this once in that film, Each Dawn I Die.
Did you really?
Yes.
Who was it who got the piece of paper with the cross on it?
The sergeant.
Oh.
Now, 6 pieces of paper in this hat.
What are you talking about? 6? There are only 5 of you.
Yes, and you make the 6th.
Wait a minute. This has got nothing to do with me.
I knew it. The fella's yellow.
You're quite right, Jock. He's got a yellow streak a foot wide right down the middle of his back.
You're going to take one or not?
Yeah, it's all right. I'll take one. I'm not going to give you lot a chance to have anything on me.
You first, Wilson.
Right. It's blank.
Nothing on it, sir.
Present.
I'm next. Blimey, I've got it!
What a pity. I was going to take that one.
I'll take the next one. And I've got the second.
Oh, let me go instead of you, sir. Let me go instead of you, sir. You're too young to die, sir.
No, Corporal. I want you here, at this end of the chain. Now take off your equipment. But leave your hats on. Right. Right, come along, Chief Warden. No need for that. Nelson, slightest noise could bring this lot down. Don't let them make any noise. Pass it on. No.
Don't make a noise. Pass it on. Don't make a noise. Pass it on.
Don't make a noise. Pass it on.
Don't make a noise. Pass it on. Don't make it.
Hey, Jonesy, what's going on?
Sir, stop beating.
Blimey, no wonder I can't hear anything. Jonesy! What's going on?
We're nearly through. How's Mr. Godfrey?
I don't know, I can't make it out. He's sleeping like a baby.
Walker!
Yeah, I'm here, sir.
Open this door by pushing from your side. Ross. Hey, get
What?
bit more.
Oh.
How's Godfrey?
I don't know, he seems all right, sir. I just can't wake him up.
What's all this about? You hear me? Godfrey, all right? Well, that's all right. What are you two doing here? I told you to stay in the other room.
Well, if the silly old... I mean, if the poor old man's not very well, we want to help.
You mustn't forget I got my first aid badge from the Boy Scouts.
Tell Jones to stay where he is and to shut his door.
Right.
But quietly.
Right. Jonesy, Mr. Mannering says, stay where you are and close the door.
So, stay where I am and close the door.
That's right.
I can't reach it from here.
Well, get down and do it.
Yes, right, sir, right.
And close it quietly. I'm afraid he didn't close it very quietly.
A fine mess you've landed us in, Mannering.
Oh, shut up.
Here, come in. Give it here. Right. Push.
Oh, any further.
It's no good, Mr. Mannering. There must be a ton of bricks against that door.
Means we're trapped.
Aye. We're doomed. Doomed.
Mr. Mannering, sir, I'm afraid I closed the door too hardly.
Now, listen to me very carefully, Jones.
Yes, sir.
I want you to go back to the command post. get hold of Private Sponge
Yes.
and the rest of them and tell them to come back here and rescue us.
Come back there and rescue.
Right.
You don't panic, sir. Don't you panic, sir.
Mr. Mary, Mr. Godfrey's waking up.
Hello. I must have dozed off for a moment.
Dozed off? He's been asleep for 4 hours.
What are you playing at, Godfrey?
Well, sir, I haven't been sleeping very well lately, and I mentioned it at the clinic this morning. They gave me some tablets. They must have been stronger than I thought.
How dare you take sleeping tablets on active service? Have a jolly good night. I'll put you on a
Mandarin, sir.
Yeah?
Permission to worry you. I can't get out. Yes, I tried to open the back door and the knob come off of my hand, sir.
What did I tell ye? We're doomed.
No, be quiet, Fraser. Let me think.
Now, don't you worry. You'll get an idea in a minute, sir. You'll get an idea in a minute, sir. I know you will, sir.
Now keep calm, men. Wilson, come on. Wilson, get on. Now, we're likely to be here for some time.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
We've got to keep these men cheerful until help arrives.
Of course.
Right? So whatever I do, I want you to back me up.
Right, sir.
With a smile on your face.
Yes. Is that all right, sir, do you think?
It's better than nothing, I suppose. Gather round, men. Come here. Okay. We're in a pretty tight spot. It shouldn't be all that long before Private Sponge and the rest realize that we're missing and come to our rescue. So in the meantime, I think we'll keep our spirits up by having a little sing-song. Now, what shall we sing?
I can give you one, Mr. Mary. It was Christmas Day in the workhouse, and all the candles were lit.
No.
I
want something that we can do actions to.
You can do actions to that.
Not that
Mr. Henry, we could always sing one of those songs we sing around the fire in the Boy Scouts.
Yes, that's an excellent idea, Pike. Yes, I know. Why don't we take a leaf from His Majesty's book and sing Under the Spreading Chestnut Tree? Sergeant Wilson will do the cheerful actions and we'll follow. Right.
If Sergeant Wilson's going to do cheerful actions, I'd just assume we're miserable.
I don't want any insubordination. Right. Now, I take it you know the action.
Of course I do. I know them vaguely, sir. I saw them on Movie Turn News.
Yeah, so that's good enough. Right, Sergeant Wilson will do the action.
Well, I don't know them terribly well, sir. Perhaps one of the others might be a little bit better than myself, you know.
Come over here, Wilson. Look, you will back me to the hilt.
Of course, yes, sir.
You will do these actions. That is an order.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
And you will do it cheerfully.
Seriously, sir, would you like me to come down and join in, or stay up here and join in?
Stay up there, Godfrey. Right, all together then. Yeah, oh, Jones.
Sir?
You'll do the actions, of course.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. Even though I'm invisible to you, sir, I shall do the actions right up to the hilt, sir.
Right, after two then. 1, 2. Underneath the spreading chestnut tree, where I held you on my knee, there we raised a family, neath the spreading chestnut tree. Are you all right, Jones?
Yes, sir. I'm all right, but it's difficult doing the actions when you're pressed up against a wall, sir.
Yes. Perhaps you'd better just sing the words.
Yes, right. So just leave it.
Right, just...
All right, sir.
Right. Let's just run through it again, shall we? Right. 1, 2. Underneath the spreading chestnut tree, where I held you on
I'm all wet! Look, there's water coming out of the pipe. Yeah!
now must have cracked it.
Look here, why don't we wrap something round the pipe to stop the flow?
Yes, that's a good idea. Right, Pike, take off your tunic and wrap it around the pipe.
Why me?
Because you're wet already. Go on.
Hang on, just a minute. Yeah? Now, we're underground. If that keeps pouring in, we're all going to drown. I suppose we can't stop it.
Yes,
Why don't
can't.
you-
All right, can't. There's no such word as can't, Walker. Get in there, boy. Wrap it round.
I don't think it's going to work, Mr. Mannering.
Come on, son, keep it up, you're doing fine.
All right, Fred. If there's any encouraging to be done, I'll do it.
There's some stopcocks in the other room. Perhaps Jones could turn the water off.
Oh, yes, that's a very good idea. Right, I'll tell you.
Right.
Oh! Walker. Tell Jones to cut the water off with the stopcocks, right?
Hey, Jonesy!
What?
Listen, there's water pouring in here, and Mr. Mannering wants you to turn it off.
Well, how can I do that?
Turn it off by the stopcocks.
What stopcock?
What stopcocks?
The stopcock's on the pipe.
The stopcocks on the pipe. Cock.
All right. We don't time for stupid jokes. Tell him to get on with it.
Now, get on with it, Jonesy.
Yes, right. Which way's off?
Which way's off?
Clockwise.
Clockwise.
Clockwise, right.
Yeah, Jonesy, it's getting worse.
Oh, it must be this way.
You're making it worse, you don't have any
Miss Mannering, could I come up on the bunk, please?
I'm sorry, Pike. There isn't any room.
What am I going to do when the water reaches my head?
Oh, don't worry about that. We'd have thought of something by then.
Can I come in your bath, please, Mr. Hodges?
No, you can't come in my bath. There's only room for one. And stop walking about. You're making waves. Slightest movement will have this thing over.
Yeah, I know. How about singing a song?
Yes, what shall we sing?
How about Asleep in the Deep?
Uncle Arthur?
Yeah?
If you don't let me up on that bunk, I'll tell Mum.
Stop moaning, Frank. Can't you see there's no room?
We haven't got much time left, Mr. Mannering. You said you'd think of something before it reached my head.
Oh, don't worry. I'm working on it. Have you thought of anything yet, Wilson?
No, I haven't, actually, so no, but I'm working on it, too.
Yeah.
The water's getting higher and higher.
Don't you think it'd be a good idea if we didn't talk so much? And then we might save the air a bit.
You be quiet, Godfrey. If it hadn't been for you, we wouldn't have been in this mess in the first place.
We're entombed. I mind the time when I was a wee bit laddie on the lone Isle of Barra. A submarine got sunk in Castle Bay, and 7 brave men were trapped in it. The water got higher and higher and higher until it got up to their necks. And then... terrible way to die.
Put a sock in it.
Mr. Mannering, sir, do you think
If you want to be excused, it's impossible.
I quite agree. What I was about to say, sir, is that I think I found a way out.
Don't be absurd.
Yes, if we open this manhole...
Well, how would you undo the bolts?
Hey, Mr. Mannering.
Yeah?
I think that's what those spanners are for.
Yes.
By Jove. I think you're right, Walter. Boy, go and get that big spanner.
Yeah, I thought it'd be me.
Oh, be clever of you, Godfrey.
Thank you very much, sir.
I can't reach it, Mr. Mannering.
You, what's your name? Hodges. Go and get it.
Mr. Hodges to you, Napoleon.
I presume you want to get out of here?
Oh, all right. Well, give us a hand, then.
A bit more.
Give us a hand, can't you? Oh, come on. Give us a hand. Come on, give us a pull.
Different now, isn't it? When I wanted to get in your bars, you didn't want to know.
No. Hurry up. Come on.
Get on with it.
Right. I can't reach it.
Well, stand up.
If I'm not very careful, I shall... If I'm not very careful, I shall...
Fall in. Now you've dropped it of all the incompetent bungling idiots.
Don't worry, Mr. Mannering. I'll get it.
Here, give it to me. Oh, no, Frank.
Can you manage?
Yeah, it's a bit stiff, but they're coming.
Good. Oh, I'll get it in a minute. Oh, no, I'll get it in a minute. Oh, I wish I had something to leave it with. Oh, wait a minute. The spanner. Wait a minute. There's a manhole. Why didn't I think of this before? It fits! It fits! Don't worry, my brave lads. I'll get you out, my brave lads. I'll rescue you.
Oh, come on, Uncle Arthur. Give me a hand
I
up.
can't do it now, Frank. I can't. I mean, you'll get us all wet.
I'd like to make you wet, mate.
Oh, just clear off.
Don't argue with him. Get through this hole so that we can go and rescue Joe.
Right.
I'm coming, my brave lads. I'm coming, my brave lads. Don't you worry. I'm coming. Jones is coming.
Hurry up, I'm wet through.
I'm just as wet as you are.
Blimey! Oh! Where is everyone? Mr. Manring, are you there? Mr. Wilson, where are you?
Right, here we are, Jones.
Heavens, he's gone.
No, it hasn't. Look there.
Oh, get him down.
All right,
Jones.
All right, come on, Joseph.
Come on,
Here.
Come on.
Oh, there you are, boys. Oh, boys, there you are. I thought you was all drowned. Oh, I am pleased to see you again, Mr. Manring.
All right, Jones.
Oh.
Right, I'm getting out of here. Who shut this door?
It was rather drafty. You were all wet. I didn't want you to catch cold.
There's no handle. You've done it again, haven't you, Godfrey?
What are we going to do, Mr. Manning? What are we going to do?
Oh, it's quite simple. Somebody's got to go through that hole, then through the other room, through the other hole, and then over the top to open that door from the other side.
Right.
And whoever does it's going to get very wet.
Obviously.
Right, Sergeant Wilson, take your trousers off.
And why should I have to be the one to take my trousers off? Mr. Hitler, if you think we're on the run. We are the boys who will stop your little game. We are the boys who will make you think again.
who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think old England's done? Mr. Brown goes off to town on the A21, but he comes home each evening and he's ready with his gun. So who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think old England's done?
Is it not a fact, Mr. Speaker, that many of our younger, fitter men joined the ARP at the outset of the war? Is it not further a fact that when the Home Guard was formed, only the older and less fit men were left? Would it not be desirable for the younger, fitter men to be drafted into the Home Guard, and some of the old war horses at present in the Home Guard drafted into the ARP, and given the task of telling us to close our curtains?
Is the honourable member for Fife Centre aware that in my constituency, hundreds of people can't afford curtains?
The honourable member has made a most valuable suggestion. I shall consult with my colleague, the Home Secretary, to see if some exchange of personnel can be encouraged at a purely local level. But let us not forget that the experience and fighting spirit of these older soldiers has been invaluable. The Home Guard is at the ready, ceaselessly on the alert. And make no mistake about it, if the enemy should set foot upon our shores, these men would be most formidable opponents.
Come on, man! Don't do it to the wheel! I'm not enjoying this very much.
You're muddling. Take a leave of his senses. I'm sure this isn't very good for the heart. What are you all grumbling about? After the war, if anyone wants a telegraph pole delivered in a hurry, we've got a nice little business.
Well done. Don't give up. You really are doing most awfully well.
Right, gather round. Now, this sort of thing is being done by our toughest troops. And if they can do it, so can we.
Mr. Mannering, can I have something to pad my shoulder with, please? It's getting red raw.
I'll have no mollycoddling in my platoon.
But the trouble is, Mr. Mannering, that Jones here spends half his time carrying the pole and the other half dangling.
I was not dangling. Pikey was the one that was dangling.
I was not dangling. It was you what was dangling.
All right,
I wasn't dangling.
All right, that's enough. Now, on the command go. I want to see all three sections charge across the field, under the tarpaulin, and then use their poles to get across the street. I'll stand a pint of beer to every man in the first section across.
Right, my section's going to win this. I could do with a pint of beer.
Well, don't dangle, boy.
I was not
No!
dangling.
Try not to look quite so bored, Wilson.
I can't help it, but crawling under a tarpaulin is rather boring.
Hey, come on now. Like lightning. Come on.
It's you that's gone round and round, you silly old fool. Jones? Mr. Jones? Mr. Jones?
Jones! What is it?
We've forgotten the pole.
Right, push.
Hurry up, Jones section. Try to catch up.
Okay, lads.
This should be easy for you, Taffy, like tossing the caber.
Don't belt up, I'll toss you.
Naughty, naughty temper.
Hold the pole steady.
Bike it, or shell across.
We're not sitting, we're walking.
What do you think this is, a circus? I'm Shannon.
All right, now, if we hold hands and don't look at your feet. There you don't look at your feet. But whatever you do, now what I say, don't look at your feet, look up, now, look up. You'll be all right.
If you look up, don't look this way. Don't look down. Don't look down. I told you not to look at my feet.
What did we stop for? I didn't say halt.
Oh,
carry on. Double mark time. Platoon. Halt. Fall out. How in the office?
He said fall out, not fall down.
I've swallowed so much water my legs won't carry the extra weight.
Oh, goodness me. Goodness me, that was very tiring, sir.
You're just out of condition. That's all.
Are you all right, sir?
Yes, of course. Just pumping the blood so fast makes one a bit dizzy.
Oh, Sam, I don't think you should have got them to double the last 200 yards, you know.
I didn't want those chaps who fell in the water to catch cold.
Oh, I see.
Mr. Godfrey, can I come to your house and get dry, please? If my mum sees me like this, she won't let me come again.
We don't have fires on Wednesdays. Sissy stays in bed all day with a hot water bottle. You can't get the cold, you know.
Don't worry, Pikey. You can come around to my place. I can let you have a spare uniform.
Thank you, Joe.
It won't cost you much.
Oh. Dear, oh dear. That's better.
You're not going to leave those there, are you?
No, of course not, sir. Of course I'm not, no. Now, they really did awfully well, didn't they?
I thought it was a shambles. Jones's section was a joke.
Yes, but you must say they were trying awfully hard, sir.
That wouldn't be enough when they come up against Hitler's Prussian butchers. I think we're going to have to split this platoon into two halves, you know. One half for those who are fit and strong, and the other for those who are not up to battle standards.
Yes, well, I tried that once, sir. It looked rather untidy.
How do you mean untidy?
Well, there were 2 in one half and 21 in the other.
Yes, I don't mind telling you, Wilson, that I sometimes wish I had younger men under my command.
Yes, well, others seem to be thinking on the same lines, sir.
How do you mean?
Well, this note has trickled down from the War Office, and it suggests that commanding officers look at their men's age and fitness and get together with the ARP with a view to exchanging personnel.
It's an outrageous suggestion. I shall fight that, tooth and nail.
Oh, I quite agree.
I fancy my having to tell Godfrey and Fraser and Jones. I've no further use for you. You're now members of the ARP.
No, I don't think you'll have to do that, sir. You see, there's going to be a parade, and the area commander is going to choose which of us ought to go to the ARP and which wardens ought to join us.
What? I'm not having any of Hodges' rabble in my unit.
Oh, I quite agree, sir. I quite agree. Leave well alone. But, I mean, this sort of thing goes on like this. I mean, there's no end to it.
Of course not.
I mean, you say you don't want Hodges' rabble in your unit, but you might find yourself in the ARP, and this might finish as his unit. See what I mean?
What on earth are you talking about? They'd never give my platoon to a man like Hodges. He's a greengrocer. What do you know about the army?
Well, he was in the last lot, you know, sir.
No, making a difference at all. Very different kind of war, this.
Yeah, well, he did come face to face with the enemy. He looks pretty fit to me, and he's a lot younger than, well, one or two of us.
Meaning me?
Well, you're not absolutely decrepit. On the other hand, you're not exactly Aubrey Smith.
Oh, thank you very much.
And then again, you're not exactly Freddie Bartholomew.
It's a duty to be beautiful, soft, keep young and beautiful, if you want to be loved.
Anybody there? Anybody about? Anybody there? Yeah, wait a minute.
Is everything all right, sir?
Yes, perfectly all right, thank you. Sorry to have kept you, Wilson.
Oh, that's all right, sir. I thought it was stuck. You see, I thought it'd go around the other way, I thought.
No, I was just looking at some secret files.
Ah.
I'm glad you could get here early. Do sit down. I've been thinking about that conversation we had yesterday. Well, sit down. And, you know, I think there's much... I said sit down.
I'd rather stand if you don't mind, sir.
What's the matter?
Nothing at all, sir. I just feel a bit stiff, that's all.
Ah, I see. Yesterday's exercise leaving its mark, is it? Well, I must confess that I felt one or two twinges, too. Catch me in the back here, just about here.
Please don't do that, sir. I'm rather ticklish.
Wilson, you're wearing corsets. Am I right?
It's a gentleman's abdominal support.
Gentlemen's abdominal support, my foot. It's corsets. You're a rum cove. You wear that uniform like a sack of porridge. And in some ways, you're as vain as a peacock.
It's nothing to do with vanity, sir. I just don't want to be drafted into Hodges' mob, that's all. I'm really rather proud of this platoon. I think you've done wonders in getting us all together the way you have. I really mean that. So I just think it pays, at the moment, not to look any older than one needs.
I'm sorry, Wilson.
That's all right.
It's very kind of you to pay that tribute to me. Very kind. I realize it doesn't come easy to a cold fish like you. Here am I pouring scorn on you, and I had no right to, really, no right at all. I have to tell you, Wilson, that I, too, have taken some steps to look more virile.
Ah. Oh, my God, it's not monkey glands, is it?
No. Nothing as drastic as that.
Ah.
What do you think of this?
Oh, it's awful. No, it's awfully good. Awfully good. Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Watch it, Wilson. You might snap your girdle.
The result was, I was beneath him, if you follow me. Hi, just like this. Now, as true as I'm standing here, peeking out from under the brim of his hat was a wee kiss cuddle.
Oh, dear, that doesn't sound like Captain Mannering at all.
Precisely, it's my opinion, the man's getting soft in the head.
Listen, I think one of us ought to go into the office and have a butcher's.
Well, I'm not going. I've seen it, I tell you.
You go, Pikey, you're the youngest.
Oh, that's not fair. No, we ought to dip for it.
All right, then let's dip for it. Go on.
All right. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a nigger by the throat. If he squeals, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. It's you. Go on.
No, just a minute. You haven't finished yet. O-U-T spells out you must go. It's you.
No, then, right. You've got to find some way of getting to talk to him and then get yourself down below him in some way so that you can look under the peak of his cap. You understand? You're not listening to me, boy.
He cheated.
Yeah, look, never mind about that. Now, listen, when you go into the office, you're going to have to make some sort of excuse. Yeah, I know. Look, say that you think we ought to go down to the local regimental barracks and get a bit more practice on the miniature firing range.
Right.
Hey, how did you do that?
Well, at least we can keep the men as fit as possible. So I suggest we have one extra period of physical training.
I imagine you'll be taking that, sir?
No, you will.
Oh.
I also think, sir, that as well as, and in addition to also, we should do 1 hour of bayonet fighting practice, sir. We don't do it as often as we used to of yore. There's no doubt about it, sir. The cold steel puts fear into the heart of the Boche. They don't like it, sir. They don't like it, especially Upham, so they don't like it. I remember a good example of this when I was outside Wipers. I was in a trench,
Yes.
and this big Bavarian come down, and I whoop. And
Yes, all. Yes, right, I'll make a note of it. Go rejoin your section.
Yeah, very good, sir. Thank you, sir.
Come in.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right, Jones, all right.
Right, thank you
Off
very
you
much,
go.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Right, off you go now, Jones.
Thank you,
All
sir.
right,
Get
all right,
out.
get out. Off.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Pike, what is it?
Barracks.
I beg your pardon?
We, haven't done it for a long time.
What on earth are you talking about, boy?
We ought to go and shoot at the targets with miniature rifles.
Are you all right?
Yes?
You wearing corsets?
Am I what?
I asked a straightforward question. Are you wearing corsets?
I didn't know we were supposed to.
Start again, Pike.
Excuse me, sir. You mind if I rejoin the platoon? There are one or two things I want to say to the men.
No.
All right, thank you very
Go
much.
ahead.
Sir. Thank you.
Now, Pike.
Well, the men asked me to ask you if we could do more of it.
I'm sure they didn't ask you to pray for it.
Yes, yeah. Anyway, we thought if we went down to the local one and borrowed theirs, we'd be better at it because we'd have had more practice with it than they would.
Oh, dear. How careless of me. I've dropped your papers on the floor. Don't worry, Mr. Mannering. I shall pick them up for you.
Pike, do you mind telling me exactly what you're up to?
See, the point is this. He's doing it because he doesn't want us to be split up and drafted into the ARP. And let's face it, we really wouldn't want to lose him, would we?
No.
Same time, he's very sensitive about it, so please try and not to stare. I mean, just treat it as something quite ordinary and every day, and nobody will get bothered. But do please promise me one thing, chaps. Don't laugh.
Right. Fall into 3 ranks.
Right, get pen in. You heard what the officer said. Come on, get pen in 3 ranks. Come on now, get pen in 3. Right, so we're falling in 3 ranks, sir.
Thank you, Corporal. Soon. Attend. Hut! Now, it has come to my notice that certain aspects of my appearance are causing a certain amount of speculation and some hilarity. Now, I'm not a man to beat about the bush. So here it is, straight from the shoulder. I am wearing a toupee. A wig, if that makes it any clearer. So if any of you want a good laugh at my expense, now's your chance. Because I'm going to show it to you.
Personally, I think it makes him look older.
I'd know that grin.
Yeah, well, you see, the thing is, Mr. Hodges, you might find yourself doing left turns, right turns under Captain Mannering. And I mean, you don't get on, do you?
Don't get on. Blimey, I'd rather serve under Captain Bligh. Yeah. Only £half of their onions, Mabel. They're like gold. Shove them under the counter.
Well, you see, the thing is, that if your hair was a bit greyer, you might not look so young and fit.
What do you mean, young and fit? With my heart and my nerves, I'm a physical wreck.
I mean, it's silly, isn't it, to take chances? Now, look, I've got something here that will make your hair white instantly. Mind you, it's a bit expensive. And I can only let you have an ounce. But to you, it's a quid. Now, are you on or not?
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't want to take any chances, do I?
Now, good man, I'll bring it round right away. I like you very much. I think you're grand.
What's a mess?
Let me come in and talk to you for a minute.
I'm sorry about the candles. The blinds are a bit thin for the glare of the gaslight.
I like candles. They're more romantic.
What would he be wanting?
Well, it's like this. Mr. Godfrey and I, we've been looking in the mirror, and we decided that if the General picks on anyone to go on the ARP, it'll be us three, because we're three the oldest.
Man, you're right. I haven't slept a wink for brooding on it. Aye.
You know that old Mr. Armstrong?
Him that passed away last month? Aye.
Yes. Well, you managed to make him look not a day over 60, and he was nearly 97.
I'm on the do say have a rare skill at beautifying the late lamented. Well?
Well, could you make Mr. Godfrey and I, could you do the same for us?
Hey, man. That's a challenge and no mistake.
We'd be very grateful.
Yes, and you wouldn't be out of pocket.
Uh-huh. Away into the next room and lie on the slab.
You understood. I love you anyway.
Right, pay attention, everybody, please. Would you please fall in, quick as you can. There's a good chance.
Where's Mr. Jones, Mr. Fraser, and Mr. Godfrey?
I think they're leaving it till the last minute. When Captain Mannering sees them, he's going to have kittens. Right there.
Come on, hurry up. Come on, chaps, hurry up. Come on. Come on, Godfrey.
Oh, there you are.
Over there, then.
Oh, right.
Right, Jones. Fall in, quick as you can. Come on.
You can't, Jones. You can't.
In again. Right.
I'm sorry, Sergeant, only without my specs, I'm a bit hard of seeing.
Yes, of course. Right. Right, squad. Wait for it, Jones.
I'm sorry, Sergeant. I'm a bit too alert this morning.
Yeah, of course you are, yes. Right, squad. Return. Shut.
Is that better?
Oh, no, it wasn't really much better, but never mind. Platoon ready for your inspection, sir.
Thank you, Sergeant. Now, I think you all know me well enough to know that this inspection by the area commander is very much against my wishes. However, orders are orders. But if any of you are urged to join the ARP against your wishes, I shall complain to the very highest authority possible.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. I think you'll be all right, Pike.
Thank you.
And you, Walker. Turn about. Who is this?
I think that's Jones, sir.
Jones? What on earth have you been doing to yourself?
I didn't want to leave you, Captain Mannering, nor these brave troops that you captain and I, Lance Corporal. Private Fraser fixed me up.
What's the meaning of this, Fraser?
What did Horace say, Winnie?
He's not speaking very plainly this afternoon, so on account of his cheeks, he's puffed out with cotton wool.
Did you know about this?
Yes, I did, sir, but I turned a blind eye to it.
Well, you've no business to. I'm the only one with authority to turn blind eyes. Go. Whatever's happened to you?
Well, Mr. Fraser's fluid, sir. It stretches the skin.
This is ridiculous. Looks like Madame Butterfly. Get it off at once.
I don't think I can, sir.
How long does it last, Fraser? What did he say?
He says he's never dug anyone up to have a look.
There you are, Napoleon.
How dare you barge in here like that in the middle of a parade? What do you want?
Clear off, will you?
I just wanted you to know, if you've got any ideas about getting me into your shower, forget it. Look.
Very distinguished.
Not bad, eh?
Wait till he tries to get it off.
I don't think why you went to all that trouble.
Why? Because I'd rather look 107 than serve under you, that's why.
I see. Pity it doesn't show under the hat.
Well, what if it doesn't? I'll stoop, that's what I do. I stoop a bit. Yeah, stoop a bit. They're not getting me into your squad, Mannering. The way I'm going on parade, they wouldn't even have me in the Chelsea pensioners.
Now, I don't approve of this ridiculous charade. It's too late to do anything about it. So be it on your own heads.
It's rather witty, sir.
Let's carry on, Sergeant.
Right, sir. Attention. To left, turn. Either right, quick, march. Left, wheel.
That way.
Didn't pick any of them. Looks as if you got away with it.
I sincerely hope so, sir. I really do apologize.
Congratulations, Mannering. You certainly used your initiative in a crisis.
We do our best, sir.
I didn't see anything, of course. Hope it comes off all right.
I expect it will.
We've just got it over in time. Give the old boy 3 chairs and I'll buy you one in the Pox.
Yes, sir.
Blimey, here it comes.
Number 1 platoon, 3 cheers for the General. Hooray! Hip, hip, hooray!
Mr. Hitler, if you think we're on the run. We are the boys who will stop your little game. We are the boys who will make you think again. 'Cause who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think old England's done? Mr. Brown goes off to town on the A21, but he comes home each evening and he's ready with his gun. So who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think old England's done?
My darling, we have only a few short hours before the ship takes me to Elba.
But why don't you try to escape to America?
No, my darling. I cannot escape my destiny. I must follow my star.
Oh, Napoleon, the British hate you. They will kill you.
Rubbish.
The is already dead. Without you, my darling Marie, I am an empty shell.
Then I will go with you.
No, my darling. We will say goodbye now.
Rubbish.
Oh, Napoleon.
British fought my army. You have broken my heart.
I will never know a love like yours, Napoleon.
I leave you standing here, Marie. And in your care, I leave the most precious thing in my life. La belle France.
I've never seen anything so disgraceful in my life. Everybody charging out like that during the national anthem. I thought at least you would have stayed, Wilson. As a sergeant, it was your job to set an example to the men.
Well, I couldn't have it, sir. I just got carried off in the rush.
Really? Surprised at you, Godfrey. I thought you'd have shown more respect.
I assure you, sir, it wasn't lack of respect. It was mere I had to leave rather quickly for a rather urgent reason.
Do you enjoy the picture, Mr. Mannering?
No, not really. I would have thought that a picture about Napoleon would have concerned itself with strategy and tactics. I thought we might have learned something. Instead of which he seemed to spend most of his time chasing Greta Garbo around a four-poster bed.
Well, that is strategy and tactics, isn't it?
Well, I certainly learnt something from it. It's a bit late to do anything about it now, I suppose. What do you think, Jock?
Ah, rubbish. Sheer rubbish, a wicked waste of 1 and 6.
Here, Joe, what about when he took in his arms in the snow?
Yeah, smashing. My darling, you have beautiful hair, beautiful eyes, beautiful lips, beautiful moustache.
Hey, I liked the bit when Napoleon was saying farewell to his troops. Hey, I know. Why don't we all do an impression of Charles Boyer? Whoever does it worst has to pay all the fares.
Yeah, a good idea, Pike. Right, you start.
Me?
Yeah.
Right. Soldiers of France, our cause is lost. Your emperor will now say goodbye. With this kiss, I embrace you all.
That was rotten.
Hey, how about this? There you go. Soldiers of France, our cause is lost. I'm all going to give you a nice big kiss.
You enjoy the picture, Sponge?
Not really, Sarge. I couldn't see very well.
Oh, Lord.
You know, we should have sat in the ninepenners, Mr. Mannering.
Oh, no. I wouldn't sit in those cheap seats down at the front. You never know who's been sitting in them.
Right, now let's have a bit of a sing-song.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Oh, the first is number one, and the fun has just begun.
Romeo,
Be quiet!
And be down and do it again.
Wilson.
It doesn't excite me, that song, sir. I'm so sorry. I beg your pardon. It does excite me, though.
What's happened to everybody? The discipline's gone to pot. All right.
Fares, please. Any more fares?
Yes, 2 to Warmington-on-Sea, please. I must apologise for my men singing that ribble song.
Well, that's quite all right. I get far worse than that.
Really? Looks distressing for you.
I get used to it. After all, there is a war on.
That's no excuse for slack behaviour.
Oh, how very nice of you to think of me. I don't often get considerate passengers like you on my bus.
A charming woman, Will.
Yes, awfully nice. Very good. Awfully nice. Yes.
It's very difficult dealing with men passengers who get over familiar.
Oh, I don't know, sir. I think she can look after herself all right. You know, she probably gives them a punch on the nose, I should think.
Don't be absurd. You've seen a glance at a perfect lady. It's very hard on her working as a clippy.
Oh, I don't know, sir. She's just doing her bit.
I realise that, Wilson. You can't help wondering if it's right for a lady like this to be exposed to the riffraff that travels on late-night buses.
Hello, Napoleon. Been taking your Boy Scouts on an outing, have you?
We've been to the pictures, Mr. Hodges.
Oh, that's marvellous, isn't it? Jerry liable to invade any minute, and you lot go to the pictures. What did you do? Leave a note on the beach saying, "Dear Hitler, please do not invade tonight. We've all gone to the cinema."
Fares, please.
Yeah, tuck me one, please, dear, and a big smile and a tickle at the terminus.
Tickle at the terminus? How dare you speak to a lady like that?
What's the matter with you?
Show some respect.
It's quite all right, sir. Would you please sit down?
Take the notice of him, dear.
Your ticket.
No.
Thank you very much all the same. I really do appreciate it.
We are being gallant tonight, sir.
The Wilmington on Sea, next stop.
Now listen, Wilson.
Right, sir, yeah.
I don't want a repetition of what's just happened at the cinema. Of
course.
When this bus stops, I shall get off first.
Right.
Tell the men.
Right, so just pay attention a minute, will you, please? When the bus stops, stay where you are and let Captain Mannering get off first. All right?
Wilmington on Sea, Red Lion.
It's closing time in 5 minutes!
And in conclusion, may I say that not only was I shocked by that disgraceful exhibition in the cinema, but I was deeply hurt to think that my platoon could behave in so disrespectful a manner.
May I speak a word, Captain Manley?
Yes, Fraser?
Well, sir, speaking purely for myself, I didn't intend any disrespect, sir, not at all, sir, not at all. It was just that, being a student of history and a man of superior intellect, I was fair scunnered by the historical inaccuracies in the film. Oh, I stuck it as long as I could, sir, but in the end I felt I had to speak to the manager about it from an intellectual point of view, sir. You understand?
Yeah. And what happened?
I got my 1 in 6 back.
Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Corporal?
I'd like to say on behalf of the rest of the platoon that we're all very, very sorry.
Yes. Sorry for that, sir. That's all very well, Corporal. But fine words butter no parsnips. Give the gramophone, Wilson.
What are you talking about? Butter, you can't get it, and parsnips is out of season, isn't it?
Joe, stop talking. Now, I don't intend to overlook this, so I'm going to make the punishment fit the crime, to quote the words of Gilbert and Sullivan.
What's Gilbert and Sullivan got to do with it?
To make the punishment fit the crime, the punishment fit the crime.
Be quiet in the ranks.
Are you telling me about Gilbert and
That
Sullivan?
will do, Corporal. Now, you'll come to attention while Sergeant Wilson plays the national anthem. And you will stand and reflect as the notes of this glorious tune float through the hall. Platoon, at hand, hat! Well, what's wrong? That was the German national anthem.
I'm terribly sorry, sir. I wasn't listening very carefully.
Well, do listen. Pay more attention.
Mr. Mannering, sir, I've got an idea. Why don't we all hum it? God save our...
Yes, all right. We know the tune. This is all your fault,
Well, I couldn't help it, sir. It says on the label, national anthems of all nations.
But play the British national
Well,
anthem.
the point is, whereabouts is the British national anthem on the record?
Where do you expect it to be? It'll be first, won't it?
Right, sir, first, all right.
Corporal? Yep. Take charge. And don't dismiss the men until you have played the national anthem 6 times.
God.
Wilson, the office. Right. Oh, and Joe. Jones.
Sir?
See that the men stand rigidly to attention throughout.
Attention rigidly.
Right. For heaven's sake. I beg your pardon, sir.
Good evening.
What are you doing in my desk, Vicar?
May I remind you, Captain Mannering, that this is my office and my desk, and it is only through my good intentions in this hour of our country's need that I allow you to share it.
But I have a lot of work to do.
Well, the vicar's got a lot of work to do as well,
You
sir.
keep out of this, Wilson.
Right.
Okay, Vicar. You know perfectly well that you can work here all day while I'm busy at the bank.
I'm sorry, Captain Mannering, but nothing is going to make me get up out of this chair, and that is that.
Hey, Jonesy, we didn't want to stand here all day. For goodness sake, next time, man, speed it up a bit.
Yeah, right.
Oh, there.
Come in. Oh, it's you, Walker. What do you want?
Yeah, I just wanted to have a word with Captain Mannering.
All right.
Psst, oi. I've got your cheese.
Come on.
I've got your cheese.
Go here.
Down the chairs.
Yes. It isn't for me, of course.
No, of course not, no.
You know I don't approve of that sort of thing.
No, in that case, I'll take it back.
No. For my wife. Very partial to cheddar cheese. Warburton on C92, please.
I say it looks absolutely delicious, sir.
Well, take your dirty fingers off it. My wife's got to eat it.
Do be a bit more hygienic, Mr. Wilson. After all, my cheeses are untouched by human hands. They're packed by monkeys.
Can't wait to see my wife's face when I show her all that cheese. She's a vegetarian, you know. I planned it as a little surprise. I thought we'd have a nice little toasted cheese supper together.
That will be cosy, won't it?
That'll be all, thank you, Walker.
Yeah, right. I'll put it on your account. Yeah, oh, by the way, there's your 2 bottles of milk stout.
Thank you.
Right, no.
Thank you very much, Walker. Good night. Good night. Can't you get any answer from us, sir?
No, it's very strange. I think what's happened? I say that cheese looks delicious, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Melts in the mouth.
Is it really?
Elizabeth will be delighted when I take that home.
Yes.
Wonder where on earth the woman's got... Hello? Elizabeth? Taken a long time to answer, dear. Where have you been? Oh, I see. She's been down in the air raid shelter. Oh. I thought perhaps we could sleep in the house tonight, dear. I mean, after all, we haven't had a raid for over a week now. Oh, very well. Yes, all right. I might have a little surprise for you tonight. No,
Anything the matter, sir?
No. She had her supper and she's going to bed.
Oh, I see. Didn't you tell her about the cheese?
Wouldn't listen.
Oh.
Funny thing, isn't it, Wilson? Whenever you plan a surprise for a woman, it always goes wrong. So looking forward to that toasted cheese supper. I don't know, I'll never understand women if I live to be 100.
I don't know, Master. Why don't we have the toasted cheese supper here?
What do you mean, just us two together?
Yes, just you and me. I mean, we got some bread and these 2 bottles of milk stout.
That's very thoughtful of you, Wilson.
Thank you, sir.
Now, somebody wrote once, didn't they? I forget who it was. Love for a woman waxes and wanes like the moon and the stars. But the friendship of a man lasts for eternity. I value your comradeship, Wilson.
Thank you, sir. It's very kind of you.
By the way, you won't forget to pay me for your half of this cheese.
Oh, no.
Right, now you make the toast, and I'll cut the cheese.
All right, sir.
All right? Oh, for heaven's sake, come in.
Oh, good, Josie.
Oh, gents, I'm off. Night. I say, that's a nice-looking piece of cheese. You got a little stack, are you?
Yes, and there's only enough for 2.
Oh, what a pity. I'll have to eat these kidneys on my own, won't I?
What kidneys?
Well, it's these kidneys, I'm taking them home for my supper.
Oh, no, don't do that, Cole. I'm sure there's enough to go around.
Yes, right. Then, well, I can fry them up domestic, can't we? We can have toasted cheese and kidneys washed down by some nice milk stout. That's what I call a real meal. Very tasty.
Very sweet.
Just what we're doing tonight.
Well, that was absolutely delicious. You know, sir, reminds me of the time when I was at school and we used to have midnight feasts in the dorm.
Really? The school I went to, we didn't have any midnight feasts. We had to manage with a few aniseed balls in a corner of the playground.
The school I went to, we didn't even have a playground. Oh, that was lovely, that bit of cheese, Buzz. That was really lovely. I suppose the fat was hard to get. Makes it taste more delicious. Yeah. You know, there's no doubt about it, was it? Forbidden fruits taste sweeter. I'll never forget when I was in the Sudan, there was this native girl. She was beautiful, beautiful. Well, I think she was beautiful. It was a bit difficult to tell on the point of that she was covered from head to foot, except for her eyes sticking out. When I say her eyes were sticking out, I don't mean they were sticking out on stalks. I mean, they just looked as if they were sticking out, and on account she was covered from head to foot, if you get what I mean, sir.
Yeah, I think so.
Anyway, it was love at first sight. And I went round to see my colonel to tell him, and he said, "Sit down, Jones, I'm going to talk to you like a Dutch uncle." He wasn't really my uncle, that's just a saying, you know. In fact, he wasn't Dutch either. And he said, "Look here, Jones," he said, "you only desire this woman because she's covered up and is hiding her mystery. You take my advice, you won't have no more truck with her." So, I took his advice and I went round to her house in order to tell her I'd like to discontinue having truck with her. Just going to knock on the door, when I looked through the slackness work, and there she was, having a nice wash down. And do you know, the colonel was absolutely right. When she wasn't covered up, it wasn't her eyes that were sticking out.
Yeah, really?
It's absolutely true, you know. Women are very difficult to understand.
Yeah, you're right there, Wilsey, but Mr. Manning here, he's got a nice way with the ladies, haven't you, sir?
Not really, no.
Oh, I think you have, sir. What about on the bus the other night when the warden was getting a bit obstreperous with that nice clippy girl? I thought you was very chivalrous to her, sir.
Well, there's no doubt at all that she was a very charming woman. Very charming. I somehow don't see her turning down a toasted cheese supper. Oh, well. Good night.
Good night, sir.
Good night, sir.
Night, night. He's almost human sometimes, isn't he?
You ought to be in pictures. You're wonderful to see.
You awake, Elizabeth? Oh, I shouldn't have eaten all that cheese. Far too rich. 2 o'clock. Where are the bismuth tablets? How's the battle going, Marshal Ney? I can't see a thing.
It's your own fault, sir. I told you we should have sat down the front in the ninepennies.
How are they looking, Gordon?
Good news, sir. Luther's arrived.
Really, I'm in no mood for playing the piano now.
Your Imperial Majesty.
Yes, Captain General?
Je avez une news terrible. You've lost the ruddy battle, mate.
Wellington, there go my brave Highlanders. Give them hell, lads!
Yes, they're awfully good.
My feet are frozen. These damn boots leak.
Why don't you wear a pair of Wellingtons?
He doesn't take my size.
Fire!
Hey, don't lock it up, la! Hey, don't lock it up, la! Lord blimey, that's handy. Pick it up, lad.
We. I split my crown as my ma will betray cross.
Yeah, I'm corporal. Stand fair here and ram it up, lad. Fire!
Excuse me. Have you got a match?
Those French cannonballs are starting fires everywhere. Put those lights out! Put those ruddy lights out!
Keep the voice down. It's getting on my nerves. Oh, look. Looks like one of ours.
No, don't waste it, lads. Fire it back!
Your Imperial Majesty. Je have more news terrible.
What?
Wellington is waiting for you to sign the surrender.
Oh, very well. But first, I must say farewell to my troops. Stupid drummer boy.
Platoon ready for saying farewell to, sir.
All right, bring that little upstart over here.
The Duke is waiting for you to sign the surrender, Your Imperial Majesty.
Very well.
How do you do? How awfully nice to see you. Your name?
Bonaparte.
Initial?
N. Versailles, the palace.
What street is that in?
Oh, it isn't difficult to find.
I see. All right, will you please sign that?
Pen.
I'm sorry, but I never, ever lend my pen to anybody.
Have this one, sir. 10 francs.
Why is it so expensive?
Well, it's a very special pen. La Plume de Martin.
I can't sign this.
Look, just sign here, Napoleon.
You've no alternative, man. You're beaten.
What are you going to do with me?
We're sending you to the Isle of Elba.
Permission to speak, sir. The men are waiting to say farewell to you, sir.
Very well.
What are they going to do to you, sir?
They're sending me to Elba.
And it's the expression, giving you the elbow.
Well, goodbye. I'm awfully sorry you lost.
Goodbye, Corporal.
Permission to kiss you, sir?
Goodbye, sir. I let my sister Darling send you some upside-down cakes.
My mum won't half be pleased when I tell her I've been kissed by an emperor.
Soldiers of France, our cause is lost. Your emperor must say goodbye. With this last kiss, I embrace you all.
What? Look at the time. They're open.
You know, those Frenchies fought awfully well. Ask them to have a drink with me.
Righto, Duke. Oi, Napoleon! The Duke wants you all to have a drink with him.
Only 2 more hours together, my dear, before the ship sails.
I can't bear to see you leave, Napoleon.
Nor I to leave you. You must be brave. It's the fortunes of war, you know.
But we still have 2 hours together. Why don't we have a farewell toasted cheese supper?
toasted cheese supper. Just you and I.
Please give me something to remember you by. A likeness, perhaps.
Take this. Think of me sometimes.
I shall keep it always.
You punched me on the nose.
And a toasted cheese supper. Just you and I and a toasted cheese supper.
No. Ooh. Time is it? 8:30? Good heavens. We're late for the bank. You awake, Elizabeth? Elizabeth? Why were you late last night? I'm not speaking to you today.
Mr. Hitler, if you think we're on the run. We are the boys who will stop your little game. We are the boys who will make you think again. 'Cause who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think old England's done? Mr. Brown goes off to town on the A21, but he comes home each evening and he's ready with his gun. So who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think old England's done?
There we are, Mrs. Yeatman. Take 2 and 3, please, Doris.
Good morning, Mr. Jones.
Good morning, Mrs. Fox. 2 books as usual.
No, it's 3 this week.
Oh.
My brother's home on leave from the army.
Oh,
That's his card there.
I see. Right.
Have I got enough for a joint?
Well, hardly a joint, Mrs. Fox. No, unless it's your books, dear. Unless you have brisket, that's cheap, so you get plenty of it, but it's rather tough. Whereas if you has cutlets, you don't get so much of them, but more toothsome.
I'll take the cutlets.
I haven't got any.
If you haven't got any, what are we blather on about for?
There's no call for you to be impatient, Mr. Fraser. There's a war on, you know. Now, let me think. What about some nice chump ends? See, you get plenty of those. They're not too tough and they're fairly toothsome.
Oh, well, I'll take those. I mean, I want to feed him up because, well, he was at Dunkirk, you know.
Dunkirk,
Yes.
was he? Oh, in that case, I'll let you have a couple of sausages.
I didn't get any sausages.
Well, you wasn't at Dunkirk, was you?
No, but I made tea for him and I rolled bandages.
Well, you can't have sausages for that. I've got to draw the line somewhere, you know. Take 3 and 7, please, Doris.
Thank you, Mr. Jones.
Thank you, Mrs. Fox. Now, Mr. Fraser, what can I do for you?
I didn't get my corned beef last week. I've come for it now.
Well, you should have come this morning. Look, that's all I've got left.
Oh, them's crumbs. I'm not paying the sliced rate for a lot of crumbs.
Well, you can have the lot for 6pence.
Done. Have you heard about Sergeant Wilson?
No, what about him?
They say he's not to be found. Really? He hasn't been in the bank all day. Now, as you very well know, I'm not one for tittle-tattle or gossip of any kind, but
Mr. Fraser.
It's my belief.
Yes?
There has been a rift in the loot.
What loot?
Mrs. Pike's loot, you old duffer.
There's been a rift in Mrs. Pike's loot? Oh, Mr. Wilson.
Hello, Jonesy.
Not a word to a soul.
No, you can rely on me, that's all right.
How's tricks, Jonesy?
It's no good you coming round here, Joe. You're not registered with me. Anyway, we're closing the shop. Raymond, close up the shop. Cash up, Doris.
How about a nice bit of rabbit?
Rabbit? You'll be lucky. I haven't seen one for 6 weeks.
You have now?
Where'd you get that?
That's Bugs Bunny. He's given up the pictures for the war effort. It's 5 bob. Oh, and I want the skin back.
What for?
I wouldn't have put it past him to have it refilled.
No, I've got this friend who makes mink coats. Well, you can't get mink, can you?
Well, look, one rabbit's no good to me. That'd make my life a misery. Soon they heard I got rabbit, there'd be a queue right up past Timothy White's. Take 6pence, please, Doris.
Well, things are bad, are they, Jonesy?
They're terrible. I haven't had any offering since Friday. I got less than half a sausage per book, and 2 tins of corned beef was blown. And they blame me, you know. I can't sleep at night, Fidge. I'm getting near to the thin end of my wedge, and that's a fact.
You don't want to worry about it, Jonesy. It's not your fault.
Well, to hear them talk, you'd think it was. Now, if I could get 50 of them, that would restore their faith in me.
No chance of that, I'm afraid. You can't get the ammunition.
Well, I've got to get something off the ration from somewhere, Joe.
Something off the ration, eh?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It'll be difficult. I mean, the sources of supply are very limited, you know. Wait a minute. I think it's just possible that I might be able to help you.
Hey, have you heard about Sergeant Wilson?
You know what?
Well, didn't tell a soul. Not a breathe it to a soul, but there's a kind of rumour going about that he's...
Something to be proud of.
Anyway, I was coming out of the library with another Esther M. Dell for my sister Dolly, and I saw Sergeant Wilson at Alexander Park with this girl.
I knew it. There's a woman at the bottom of this.
He had his arm around her, but I'm sure there's nothing in it.
Away with you, man. There's depravity in every line of his face. I don't know the ruin of him. He's gone amok.
Pike. Any news of Sergeant Wilson?
He's not at Mum's, Mr. Mannering.
This is most unlike Wilson. One thing you can always say about him is that he's dependable. If he doesn't appear by this evening, I shall have to contact the police.
I wouldn't do that if I were you, Mr. Mannering.
Oh? Why not?
I'm sure he'll turn up sooner or later.
Are you hiding something?
No, Mr. Mannering.
Come along. Out with it, boy.
Well, the night before last, he and Mum had words.
Now we're getting somewhere. What happened?
Well, I was in bed at the time, so I couldn't hear much leaning over the banisters. But see, he shouted at Mum, and she threw him out the front door and threw his ration book after him.
Yeah? Go on.
Well, after a bit, after he'd thrown pebbles at her bedroom window, she shouted, "Clear off, you beast!" And then she chucked something at him and it broke.
Now I understand.
Well, she got up early in the morning and picked up the pieces.
I see.
All except the handle.
Yes. Now, keep this to yourself, Pike.
Yes, of course.
Come in!
So, Sergeant Wilson is still absent without leave, or at least not present without leave. Shall I start the men up, sir?
Yes, please, Corporal. Thank you, sir. Cut along, Pike.
Yes, sir. Right, come along now. All in 3 ranks. Come along, look sharp about it. Come along, boys. Where's Walker? Come on, Walker, you're late.
Here, Jonesy, come here. All your problems are over. I've got them.
Got what?
The off-the-ration meat. Pigeons. About 6 dozen of them.
Pigeons? Where are they?
In the boiler house next to Mannering's office.
Well, we better put them in my cold room. If we keep them in the boiler house, they'd go off.
No, they won't. They're not dead yet.
Well, they're no good to me, not dead. It's all flapping about like
They're
this.
not flapping about. I've got them doped. How do you think I called them?
Well, where are they? Where did
Come along now, no talking, Corporal.
Right. Good. Shun! Platoon, ready for inspection, sir.
Thank you, Corporal.
Thank you, sir.
Fall in, please. Reserve. Why aren't you wearing uniform, Walker?
I'm sorry, sir. I was out supplying essential to supplies.
That's no excuse. We're all doing essential work, you know.
Yeah, I know, sir, but there was a bit of a flat on.
Stand at ease. Ready now, Corporal?
Yes, sir, I'm ready for anything, sir.
Now, on Sunday, there will be a voluntary church parade. And I shall expect you all to attend.
Why don't you have a word with the vicar and ask him to reduce his sermons and length? They go on rather long, and sometimes it can be very inconvenient.
That's something you'll have to take up with the vicar yourself, Godfrey. Now, your arms drill is getting very sloppy. Now, you may not think this is very important, but I would prefer to go into battle with tidy soldiers than with sloppy and shoddy soldiers. So we're going to brass it up. Now, as Sergeant Wilson isn't with us tonight, I shall take it myself. Right. Properly at ease everywhere. Squad! No talking in the ranks. Squad! Yeah, I shan't tell you again at the back. Squad! Yeah. Just a moment. What are you on?
Wilson! Oh, I'm terribly sorry, sir. I didn't realize it was you. I think I must have dropped off.
Go to my office at once.
What?
Into my office, as quickly as you can.
Oh, goodness me, my head. Good evening to you all. How awfully nice to be able to see you.
Oh, never mind that.
God, yeah, nice to see you. I suppose it's very nice. I'll go as quickly as I can.
Carry on, Corporal.
Yes, excuse me, sir, carry on doing what?
The arms drill. The arms drill.
Oh, yes, I nearly forgot.
I would give a whole English town to be a fly on the wall of that office.
It has really nothing to do with us.
Now, what's the meaning of this? I said, what is the meaning of this?
I'm terribly sorry, sir, but I feel a bit dizzy.
You look all in. You better sit down.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much. Very kind of you. You must think all this is very strange.
You've been drinking?
Oh, yes, I have. I've certainly been doing that. Oh, my goodness me, my head.
You must have had quite a skinful.
Yes, but you see, Walker got me that bottle. It looks to me as if I've nearly finished it. Yeah.
You better tell me all about it. The last report I had of you was outside Mrs. Pike's.
Yes, that's right, yes. It was a good thing she missed, wasn't it? It was all a misunderstanding, you see, sir. She thought I'd been... She thought I'd been...
Pull yourself together. You're getting woolly-minded.
Well, it all began sort of many years ago, you see. A few years after the Oh, Lord. A few years after the last...
What's the matter? You keep going off into a dream.
Well, I keep seeing birds.
You'll take my advice. You'll sign the pledge. I'm not going to sit here and listen to your meanderings. There's a war on. Those troops have got to be trained. Now, look here. If you want to remain part of this platoon, you'll get out there and give them half an hour's arms drill.
Yes, of course I will, yes.
Right, well, pull yourself together and get on.
Yes, all right, sir. Yes.
And we'll talk about this after the parade.
Will we? Oh, Lord.
I say jump to it. I want you to jump to it. Don't do it all slovenly.
All right, thank you very much, Corporal Jones. It's very kind of you. I'll do my best to try and take over best I can. Right. Right, squad. Now, properly at ease, everyone. Squad, attend, shot! Come on, Pike. Come on, Pike. Pay attention, please. Right, come on. Slow. Arms.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1.
Come on, Pike. I said... I'm sure I did. I said slope arms.
I'm not going to.
I beg your pardon. What?
I'm not going to.
You're not... Oh, Lord.
You've done it now, lad. That was mutiny. You'll be shot.
Yes, I'm terribly sorry to bother you again, sir, but Pike says he's not going to.
Not going to what?
Slope arms.
What's all this about?
I'm sorry to bother you, Mr. Mannering. Could I have a word with you in private, please?
I think you'd better. What have you got to say?
I'm to ignore Sergeant Wilson. Mum said so.
Am I hearing you right?
Yes, Mr. Mannering. She said if I were to see Uncle Sergeant Wilson, I was to ignore him. So I did.
Now, look here, Pike. I'm running this platoon, not your mum, your mother.
She didn't say I was to ignore you.
Oh, that's very generous of her.
Well, you see, she said that Sergeant Wilson was a bit of a She said that Uncle Wilson was a bit of a
Oh, come on, spit it out, boy.
Mr. Mannering, there's a pigeon in your pigeonhole.
Wilson, my office is alive with pigeons.
My God, they must have woken up. Hang on.
Over the door, Pike, no out.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. No, hang on. Close. We shall fix it. Look, get hold of that one, will you?
Coming on, my little... Are you at the bottom of this, Walker?
Yes, sir. You see, this friend of mine was a pigeon fancier. Only you don't fancy him no more. I thought you might be able to train them to take messages.
Where are they coming from?
From the boiler house next door.
Oh, this is too much. Come on. Sergeant incapable, too prone to obey the orders, now my office is an aviary. Oh, boy. What do you want? Come in, damn you.
Mr. Mannering. Right, that's the last lot, Jonesy.
Right, no, I'm keeping these two for Mr. Mannering, not having these.
I don't know what's the matter with him. I've never seen him in such a tiswas. I thought he was going to have me shot.
Hey, Joe, how much do I owe you?
£5.
£5?
Well, I had to give 10 bob to Ted for topping them, didn't I?
All right, I'll give you the cash in the morning.
Oi, put that bloody light out! Haven't you heard them jelly planes flying over?
Well, they won't see a little light like that.
How do you know? Have you been up there to have a look? I'm going to book you for this.
You're showing more light with that silly torch of yours.
Look here, come here, have a couple of pigeons and forget it.
For me?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I suppose it's not a very big light, is it?
Oh, thanks very much.
It's a fine barrage they're putting up tonight.
Yes, 3.7s mostly.
Awfully noisy things, aren't they?
Pike, it's after 9 o'clock. Put the wireless on, we're missing the news.
Yes, Mr. Mannering.
I'm sorry we're late, Mr. Mannering. I had to get those pigeons in cold storage.
I don't want to hear anything more about them.
It's a little contribution for you and your good lady, Mr. Mannering.
Oh. Thank you very much.
The mysterious drop in the number of pigeons in Trafalgar Square. The Home Secretary said he saw no cause for alarm and promised a full investigation. As a supplementary question, he felt it unlikely that there was a link between this event and the fall in the population of apes on the Rock of Gibraltar.
No, not the apes. Across my heart, I didn't touch one single ape.
Yours, I think, Corporal.
No, sir, no, they're not mine, sir. No, they're yours, Joe.
You know, they're not mine. You bought them. You bought all of them, remember?
No, I haven't paid for them yet. They're still yours.
I've just been listening to the wireless. I've lost the taste.
That's nice, isn't it?
Walker, Corporal Jones, you have my permission to fall out if there's anything you particularly want to do.
No, sir, I'm going to stay here on duty. Joe, here's the keys to my shop. I think you better get a move on. Go on.
Oh, that's nice. Pull up the rope, Joe.
Mr. Mannering, think MI5 will come round?
I can hear the headlines now. I can see them. Home Guard commander arrested for chasing birds.
God will smile when you say goodbye.
Right.
Please, sir. Mum says if you see Uncle Sergeant Wilson, would you tell him that she'd like a word with him, please?
Well, I don't expect I shall see him. I've given him a short compassionate leave to sort himself out.
Oh. Oh, well... See, she's whitewashing the spare bedroom ceiling. I think she needs some help.
That's him. I wouldn't have thought there was much in his line.
Well, he holds the stepladder for her.
Yes, well, he said he'd be back in time for church parade.
It seems rather a pity no one rations are so short, as some people might be quite glad of them.
Well, I don't know what he did, but they'd all gone when I got to my shop this morning.
Yeah, listen, I got rid of them, but it wasn't easy, I can tell you.
Did anyone see you?
No, of course not. Now, listen, I put 3 dozen...
Don't tell me about it, don't tell me. I don't want to know. I'm going to tell Mr. Mannering, though, to put his mind at rest.
Joe, you've never destroyed them, have you? Man, I couldn't bear the thought.
Of course not. What do you think I am, a mug? Now, hey, listen, in a few days' time, I'll let you have a couple. If we don't have an heat wave.
Mr. Mannering, sir, I thought you'd be interested to know that the things with feathers that we don't want to mention have been put in a place that I don't want to know about, and neither do you, by a man who is going to remain anonymous. And you won't hear any more about it, sir. Yes.
I see.
Yes. Do I make myself plain, sir?
Yes, you do, Corporal. Yes, quite plain.
Oh, Captain Mannering, I wonder if you'd care to approve the hymns for Sunday. I thought, Lead Kindly Light, Rock of Ages, God Moves in a Mysterious Way, and Onward Christian Soldiers.
Yes. Those seem all right to me. Nothing very controversial there.
Well, the reason I ask is because we haven't had an organist since poor Mrs. West passed away, so we have to sing unaccompanied, which means the congregation must know the hymns. I always give them the first note, of course.
Well, no doubt we shall manage.
Permission to interject, sir?
Yes, what is it?
Well, there's no need for the vicar to play on his pipe.
You mean you think I should la-la it?
Oh, no, I don't want him la-la. Much better if he plays his pipe.
Well, I quite agree with you, Captain Mannering. I'd much rather do this than this. La.
Yes.
No, you misunderstand what I mean, you see. A vicar can play on his pipe for the first 3 hymns, and then for Onward Christian Soldiers, I can play the organ.
I had no idea that you played the church organ.
No, sir, I was driven to it by passion.
Really?
Yes, sir, it all happened a long time ago in Leamington Spa. I fell in love with this beautiful lady. Well, she wasn't beautiful, she had rather an acid face, as a matter of fact, so she had a very acid face. But notwithstanding that, sir, what attracted me to her, sir, was her knees. Yes, sir, she had very flat knees. I've never seen anyone with such flat knees as she had. And do you know, I found out why it was? She was a very religious lady and she did a terrific lot of praying. But anyway, notwithstanding that, I'm very sorry to say this, sir, but she drove me mad with lust, she did, sir. And I was determined to make her look favourable on me, you see. So haunted by desire, I learnt to play Onward Christian Soldier on the organ, you see, sir. So there I was, night after night, day after day, just haunted by desire with her flat knees imprinted on my brain, sir. And eventually I got it in my repertoire, you see, sir. So I rushed round to her house, filled with triumph, but it didn't do me any good, though. She moved to Bournemouth. But, you know, I never lost the touch, sir.
Well, thank you very much, Corporal Jones. That should make a nice change, shouldn't it, Captain Mannering?
Yes, I'm sure it will.
See you all on Sunday, then.
That's right, there, sir.
I'd love to hear the organ in the chapel in the moonlight while we're falling down the aisle.
I've been open over the blackout curtains.
Put that cigarette out, Walker.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Hey,
Oh, I'm glad you could make it.
Well, it's all been rather a trial, sir.
Could you spare time for a little chat after the service?
Oh, yes, of course, yes.
Thank you.
Oh, darling, there you are. I've forgotten you've got this heavy suitcase. Oh, dear, dear. I'm awfully sorry I won't be able to see you off.
Oh, that's all right. I was afraid I was going to miss you.
Yeah, well, I'm glad I've seen you in your uniform. It suits you very well.
So does yours.
Do you think so?
Yes, yes, I do.
Well, I'm glad you like it.
Well, I must rush or I'll be late. Goodbye, Daddy.
Well, my darling, and thank you for coming to see me.
I'm very glad I did. Goodbye.
Bye. And give my love to your mother.
Fine lassie.
Yes. You see, her mother left me when she was very young. I haven't really seen very much of her over the years, but I managed to get her to a good school.
She does you credit.
Yes, I think it was worth it. Still, you see, it's all in the past, really. I didn't want anybody to know about this, you see.
I'm an old blatherskate, Watson. I know that, and so do you. But I promise you, nobody'll ever hear a word about this from me.
Thank you, Fraser. I won't forget that. It was very kind of you. Thank you. I'd better have one of these, hadn't I? Oh. Thanks.
And so this makes it, does it not, even more necessary that we should look into our own hearts, gaze closely at ourselves using the clear light of truth, and ask ourselves, are we any better than that poor woman? If she were to stand in front of us today, would we be blameless? Could we be the one to cast the first stone?
I hope you've been paying attention.
I've heard it all before.
And now to God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit, strive as it most justly.
Boy, where's Jonesy going? Going to play the organ for the last hymn. Onward, Christian soldiers. There. What's the matter, Joe? You've gone pale.
He can't do that.
Why not?
150 pigeons in the pipes.
In 629, onward, Christian soldiers.
I'll see you later.
Where are you going, Walker?
I thought I'd help with the collection.
Stay where you are.
Come on now, pump away, Mr. Yeatman. Give me some air. Come on, Mr. Yeatman. Pump up. Can't you pump any?
I'm already straining myself to the utmost.
Mr. Hitler, if you think we're on the run. We are the boys who will stop your little game. We are the boys who will make you think again. 'Cause who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think old England's done? Mr. Brown goes off to town on the A21, but he comes home each evening and he's ready with his gun. So who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think old England's done?
All right, now pay attention. Those of you who read Part 2 orders will know that we're going on a divisional scheme on Saturday. And I'm very happy to tell you that we shall be using live ammunition.
Oh, that is good news, sir.
We shall also be cooperating with a battery of 25-pounders. They will be firing over our heads.
How far over?
Also on this exercise, we shall be doing a certain amount of house clearing. And so I propose to devote the rest of this parade to revising the drill for that. You, Walker, and you, Fraser, will be the shooters. Now, do you all remember what to do?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Right, into your places then, at the double.
At the double, you know what the officer said. Come along now. At the double. Come on now, at the double. Come on, buddy, at the
Now
double.
we're going to Corporal. Now we're going to do this by numbers. Walker.
At the door. Bang, bang, bang.
Good. Fraser.
At the lock. Shoot, shoot, shoot.
Right, Corporal.
Ready when you are, sir. Ready when you are.
We'll kick the door in.
Oh, right, sir, right, sir. Right, sir. At the door. Kick, kick.
Kick the door in.
Get your right, sir. Yes, sir. A door kicked in, sir.
Right, Wilson, chuck your grenade.
Well, if Jones stands there, sir, I can't possibly chuck it, can I?
Stand to one side.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry, sir. I haven't been myself today, sir. I had a lot of trouble at the shop, sir.
Yes, we'll try and keep alert.
Yes, sir. You see, the brawn wouldn't set, sir. And you can't serve runny brawn to the customers, sir. They don't like it. It makes them sneer.
Tell them it's cold soup.
Yep, don't do all that. Right, carry on, Wilson. Pike!
Yes?
Well, get on with it.
I'm waiting for the bomb to explode so I shan't be blown to smithereens.
Don't be pertinent, boy. Just go and do as you're told.
Bang! Bang! Bang!
All right, Mr. Mannering?
Don't say, was that all right, Mr. Mannering? Reporting house cleared, sir.
Report in house cleared, sir.
Right, now we'll do it. Wilson. Wilson! There's no explosion.
I just can't stand that boy shouting like that.
Right, now we'll do this at operational speed. Using blank ammunition.
Now, look, Vicar, I want you to tell Mannering in front of me that this is my hall just as much as it is his hall.
In actual fact, it's my hall. If you ask me, Mannering's getting too big for his trousers.
Report in house cleared, sir. Except for the Vicar, the Verger, and Mr. Hodges. There's
Than you can chew. Come on, hold your hand out. We're all fed up with you.
Come in.
The men are ready when you are, sir.
Thank you, Sergeant.
My goodness me, that is smarter. Really is awfully smart. Oh, yes.
Thank you. Well, I thought it advisable to get something warm before the really chilly weather sets in.
Yes, quiet, yes.
Had it tailored specially, you know.
Really?
Cost me 18 guineas.
It is. You know, I think I really ought to try and get something like that for myself.
I'm afraid they're for officers only. Platoon, attain, hat!
Look there, the chocolate soldier himself.
It's Nelson Eddy.
I heard that, Walker. See me in the office later. Stand at eat! Now, our task on this scheme is to occupy a deserted barn and deny it to the enemy. Answer that for me, Corporal, will you?
Sir?
That'll be HQ giving us the map reference of
Yes.
the barn.
Very good, sir. Very good, sir. Permission to speak, sir.
Yes.
The coat, sir, it's very smart. General Lord Kitchener had one similarly identical. Except that his was blue and it didn't have any brass buttons, it was much longer. In fact, that come down to about there, so
Get up off your knees and answer the phone, you old crawler.
Don't you speak to me like that, Private
Corporal!
Man.
You are
stop
not
talking to me.
Jones!
Yes, sir.
Please, the telephone.
Yes, sir, very good, sir. Right, sir.
As we're using live ammunition, I'm not taking any chances.
Yes, quiet, sir, quiet.
I'm putting Corporal Jones in charge of the company vehicle park.
I see. That'll be a great relief to us all, I'm sure.
Yes.
Jack Jones, the butcher.
Jones, I've got the map reference for Captain Mannering. Take it down, will you?
Yes, sir, of course, sir. Yes, sir, I'll take your order straight away, sir. Right, sir? Right, sir.
It's 937641.
937 blast. Oh, sorry, sir. Could you hold on a minute, sir? I'll attend to you in a minute, and the lead's gone, sir. I've got 937 here up to now, sir.
On the command fallout, I want you to put your kit into Jones's van outside. Right? Platoon. But I don't think we need quite as much first aid kit as that, Godfrey.
That's not first aid, sir. That's my picnic.
Picnic?
You sent me to bring some food, sir.
I said you were to bring haversack rations. That means sandwiches.
Oh, but I'm afraid there's such things are very indigestible to me, so my sister has made me up a vegetable flan and some rice pudding.
Rice pudding? The war on, Godfrey. This is no place for rice pudding. Leave it in my office.
And leave the spoon.
Yeah, I can't do that. Now the rest of you fall out.
Joe, have you got a pencil?
Yeah, here you are.
Hello!
Could I be of any assistance, sir?
Now, look here, whoever you are. I can't hang on here all day. Take down these numbers.
Oh, numbers, sir. Yes, sir. Certainly, sir. Oh, just a moment, sir. Numbers, yes, sir.
641.
641.
That's it. He's got the other numbers down, hasn't he?
937. Yes, sir. It appears so, sir.
Good. Now, see Captain Mannering gets them.
Oh, with pleasure, sir. Would there be anything else, sir?
Here. What are you playing at?
Taking a message from the Colonel.
Are you after my job, Mr. Godfrey?
Oh, Mr. Mannering, I've got some essential supplies to collect, so I'll see you in a vehicle park later, if that's all right by you.
Yeah. No, it isn't all right by me. I'm just about fed up with your insolence and with your black market activities.
Black market? That's liable, that is. If you must know, and you're not entitled to, I'm going to collect 3 scooters that I've had made up for the kids in the Eastgate Hospital. And I'm not selling them, I'm giving them away.
I see it.
Right, I'll see you later if that's all right by you.
Yes, I suppose so.
I'm only a chocolate soldier man, la la la.
Adolf, you toddle out, and all your Nazis too. Or you may get something to remind you of the old red, white, and
What's the matter?
It won't go.
I think the big end's gone.
Just my luck, and the guarantee's run out.
Miles away.
Well, never mind. We shall have to march. Get the men out, Sergeant.
All right, fall in, you chaps. We're just going for a little stroll.
You all right, Mr. Mannering?
Yes, of course I'm all right. Now listen, Corporal. You stay here and guard the vehicles, and when we get in position, you contact HQ on the field telephone.
Yes, sir. Well, how will I know when you're in position?
Ah, that's a very good point. Yes, you'll need a signal of some kind.
We could use smoke signals like Red Indians, sir.
You stupid boy.
No, that's not stupid at all. That's a very good idea. Right, we'll make smoke when we're in position.
Permission to ask a question, sir?
Yeah.
How will I know you're not a bonfire?
We could do a victory V sign, sir. You know, 3 little puffs and 1 big puff.
When we're in position, we'll send you 3 victory puffs. Right. Set up your post, Corporal.
Take a step.
Now fall in as quickly as you can. Go along. Carry your greatcoats and equipment.
He'll not carry himself, let alone his gear.
See, my joust is playing me off a bit, sir. I'm awfully sorry.
All right. You stay here and guard the vehicles with Jones.
Hello, Mr. Mannering. Have I missed anything?
What on earth have you got there, Walker?
You can have it, sir. 10 quid.
Leave that machine there and fall in at once.
It's a bargain. Got his own cold weather starter. Look.
Won't you be rather hot marching in that overcoat?
Certainly not. Very good cloth. Cool in the summer and warm in the winter.
Oh,
I'm on my way to Battalion HQ now. Goodbye.
Oh, I beg your pardon, sir. I thought this was my headquarters, and now I find it's your headquarters.
No, it's yours all right, and there's your telephone. And my car's outside. Keep guard on it, will you?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Oh, sir, excuse me. Who am I guarding it from?
Well, the Germans, actually. I haven't immobilized it.
Oh. Right, sir, I'll see those Germans don't mobilise it. You rely on me. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Oh! Pull out! Now, you sit down there, Mr. Godfrey. Now, I'll get on to headquarters queue, right? Now, just a minute. Now, let's see the time. Yes, the time. That is 23 minutes past. Now, Mr. Mannering, he's got to march 2 miles to the farm barn, right? Now, column of marching men, they march at 3.5 miles an hour. So what time will he arrive?
I don't think I march at 3.5 miles an hour.
No. No, all right. Well, we'll call it 3 miles an hour. That's 3 miles an hour. 3 miles an hour at 2 miles. So that's 3/2 of an hour.
No, it's 2/3. 40 minutes. They'll arrive at 3 minutes past the hour.
Oh, yeah, that's what we call it. Then that's what we call it. Right. Now, I'll get on to HQ here now. That was very quick, wasn't it, Mr. Godfrey?
I always pretend I'm measuring cloth. It makes it so much easier.
Oh, that's a good idea. I must try that. I'll work it out in chops. Hello, HQ quarters? Yes, they will arrive at 3 minutes past.
Who'll arrive where? At 3 minutes past what?
Well, Captain Mannering, of course, he'll arrive at 3 minutes past 2.
Why didn't you say that in the first place, then?
Oh, well, I'm sorry. Excuse me, could you tell me your rank, please?
Signalman.
Signalman, eh? Well, I'm a Lance Corporal, so you just watch it and be a bit more polite, right?
Platoon! Halt! Fall out in the farmhouse. Pike, light the fire.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mannering.
Right, pile your overcoats in that corner. Make yourselves comfortable.
Deceptively muggy for the time of year, sir.
Yes. Here, take my coat, Wilson.
Right, sir.
Put it on the top of the pile. I don't want that to get spoiled.
I can't see any smoke signals.
I don't think I'd be able to see them even if they were there.
You ought to get glasses, Mr. Godfrey.
Oh, I had a pair once, you know, but I didn't get on with them. They made me look rather old.
Well, don't worry me, I am old.
It's not going awfully well, sir.
Oh, get on with it, Wilson.
All right. Well, center it, will you, please? Right, now. Away. Over. Away. Over. Away. Over. Away. Over. How long should the break in the letters be, sir?
About 10 seconds.
Ah, right. Now then, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Hey, look out, it's caught fire. What on earth are you doing? You stupid fools, you'll completely ruin that blanket.
Well, actually, it's not a blanket, sir. It's an overcoat.
An overcoat?
Yeah.
Whose is it?
I don't know, sir.
No. Well, whoever's it is going to have to pay for it. Right. Inside the farmhouse and pick up your greatcoats. I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Go on, quickly.
That's it. There's 3 little puffs and a big puff. Right. Now, I'll get on to HQ quarters, Head, and you go and chop some wood up. We'll have a nice brew up, shall we? Look, there's a chopper on the wall there.
Right, I'm just about fed up with this carelessness. Whoever did it ought to be on a charge. Now, who hasn't got a greatcoat? Rear rank. Centre rank. Front rank. Wouldn't be you by any chance, Wilson?
Who, Arthur?
What did you do with mine?
I just put it on top of the pile, like you said.
It wasn't deliberate, sir. It definitely was not deliberate.
Hello, HQ headquarters Q. Now, Captain Manring and number 1 platoon are in their positions.
Oh, yeah? Where?
Where? Oh, where? Wait a minute. Reference 641937.
You mean 937641, did you? 641937 is the target for the 25-pounders.
Yeah, well, that'll be it then. Right, well, Captain Manning, number 2 platoon are in their strategic positions.
Right. TTFN.
My God, that's a bit of a laugh, isn't it?
Yes?
On the phone to HQ quarters. Captain Manring in position 641937, I said. That's the target, he said. I've given him the wrong number. I forget my own name, Nick.
641937 is definitely where Captain Manring went.
Are you sure?
Absolutely. I never forget a number. They wanted me to go to the accounts department once, you know, but I didn't fancy it.
But if that's the target for the 25-pounders, it'll all get blown up.
Oh, dear.
Well, don't panic. Don't panic. I'll tell her to stop the firing on the phone. Only don't panic. Don't panic! Don't panic! Stop the firing! Stop the firing! Stop the firing! Hello? Hello? Hello, hello? 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 He's dead.
Oh, I better run to headquarters.
Oh, I don't think we've got time for that, Mr. Godfrey.
I can go very swiftly if I have to.
Yeah, but I don't even know where it is, even.
But we must warn Captain Manring.
Yeah, that's one thing we must do. We must warn Captain Manring, and we mustn't waste a minute. That's another thing we must do. And we now, wait a minute. They take 40 minutes to march there. How long will we take to run?
Oh, about an hour.
But the firing starts in half an hour. The firing starts in half an hour! Don't panic! Don't panic! I know. We'll drive.
But your van's broken.
Yeah, never mind. There's 2 cars outside. We'll go there and we'll put both the platoons in the 2 cars and we'll drive them away from there in those. I'll drive one car and you can drive the other one.
But I can't drive.
Well, there's nothing to it, Mr. Godfrey. It's quite easy. Look, I'll show you. Look now. You switch on, and then you pull the self-start, you see, and then you tiddle. You tiddle. Two with a foot on the accelerator. See, two with a foot on the accelerator. Now, here's the gears, right? First gear's up there, second gear's down there, third gear's there, and that has top up there. See, right? Now the other foot comes into play. The other foot has the clutch. Now you depress the clutch, you put in number one, and then you slowly draw your foot off the clutch. Not as slow as that. Oh, it'll be all right, because you'll be sitting down. Don't sit down now, though.
Couldn't we go through it again?
Yes, all right. Well, you switch. I'll show you outside.
Mr. Mannering.
Yes?
What are we doing here?
We're denying this barn to the enemy.
I can't think why they want it. I wouldn't give a fiver for it.
You must admit it is rather a lovely view.
It's the strategic importance that concerns us. Keep a good lookout, Fraser.
Oh, I said why.
Oh, it's no good. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you.
Mr. Jones, you didn't explain about the steering.
Battery target, farm buildings.
Hold it!
Well, there's nothing likely to be happening for the next few minutes, so the men had better consume their rations.
All right, fellas, you can get on with your rations now.
Come on, lads. Let's eat our sandwiches.
Hang on, Mr. Godfrey.
Jones, which way do I turn the wheel?
Don't worry, Mr. Mannering. I'm coming.
I've got an idea. Watch me. We've only got 7 minutes left.
We better hurry, hadn't we? Or Mr. Mannering get blown to kingdom come.
You'd hardly think there was a war on, would you?
Oh, it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, isn't it? Now, listen to that. Can you hear that? Isn't that a skylark?
Yes, I believe it is. Hadn't better fly too high. Get his feathers shot off. Now listen, you chaps. 25-pounders will be opening up in a few minutes, and their shells will be whistling right over us. Now, it's a very terrifying noise, but there's nothing to be scared of. These artillery chaps know what they're doing.
350 degrees, angle of sight, 2 degrees, 3 minutes depression.
Mr. Godfrey, and look after the car.
Oh, I do wish there was something I could do to hasten things.
B troop on target and ready to fire, sir.
My, it's warm, isn't it?
No need for you to wear your overcoat after all, sir.
2 minutes to go. Be interesting to see how our chaps react under fire.
Yes, it will. What exactly are they firing at?
Well, they're firing at the area around a disused barn.
I see. What happens when the shooting's over?
Well, that'll be the end of the exercise. We shan't be here to find out.
All seems rather pointless, really, doesn't it?
Yes. I suppose the brass hats will learn something, but we'll never know.
No. Oi! Who gave Jonesy permission to drive my car?
Don't panic.
All right.
Don't panic. Don't panic. I'm not panicking. What is it?
Well, mistake. Matt, farm bun. Oh, proper target for £25 is yourself here. You've got 45 seconds to clear off, starting now.
Get out!
Right, stand by. 1 minute to go. Seconds to go.
Stop the car! Everybody out!
Fire! Stop!
I'll have somebody's blood for this. Look at my battle dress. It's ruined.
It is, yeah. Well, you weren't wearing your overcoat, wasn't it?
Kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think we're on the run. We are the boys who will stop your little game. We are the boys who will make you think again. 'Cause who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think old England's done? Mr. Brown goes off to town on the A21, but he comes home each evening and he's ready with his gun. So who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think old England's done?
Now, I want you to read these notes in a loud, clear voice. Do you understand that, Wilson?
Yes, I understand, sir. In a loud, clear voice.
Haven't you finished sorting those slides out yet, Corporal?
Yes, I shan't be a tick, sir. Oh, I must say I'm very excited about this. We've never had a lecture like this before, sir.
Yeah, it's a bit of a disgrace. Stuck in here like this on a perfectly beautiful summer's evening with the blackouts up.
Well, we've got to have a map, haven't we, Mr. Fraser? I mean, we can't see the pictures.
Aye, son, but it's positively unhealthy. You could cut the air in here with a knife. Look at him. The silly old fool's in a deep coma.
Don't wake him up, Taffy. He's tired out. He's been up all day.
There, come on, boys.
Why are we waiting? Why are we waiting?
What's happening out there?
It sounds like Fraser's voice.
Yes, I thought that too. Quiet! Fraser, be quiet. We'll come out when we're ready, and not before. Are the blackouts up, Wilson?
Oh, yes, they're up all right, sir, yes.
Yeah, this isn't ours. This is a lot of Zulus dancing up and down.
That belongs to the vicar. It's his lecture. Light into darkest Africa.
Shall we go in? Right, settle down, everywhere. Right, put out the lights. Wilson, light the candles.
Right, sir.
Now, the subject of my lecture this evening is Know Your Enemy. And we're going to show you some pictures of Germans in uniform. Right. Wilson, you're not in church.
No,
Are you ready to show the slides, Corporal?
Yes, sir. I'll be ready in a minute, so just keep back, will you?
Are you ready to read the notes?
Quite ready, sir.
First slide, please.
Yes, sir. Have you got your clicker, sir?
I got my what?
It's like a little frog, metal frog, and you go click, 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 and I know when to put the slides through, sir.
No, I haven't got a clicker.
Haven't you? Oh. Well, get the vicar's clicker.
You're not having the vicar's clicker?
Why not? You won't let us have the vicar, so would you mind saying click, sir?
Certainly not. Get on with it. Put the first slide in.
Right, very good, sir, very good, sir. Right. Click.
Privates, infantry riflemen, front, field grey uniform, national colours on right side of steel helmets.
Yeah. Now, there are one or two things to look at here, but I want you to take particular notice of the eyes. You see the eyes? Mean, shifty, set too close together. That's typically Nazi. Right, next slide.
Click.
Private.
Just a minute. I'm the one that's supposed to say click, sir, not him. Don't you say click.
Get the next slide.
Right, good, sir. Right, click.
Private, infantry rifleman, rear, German eagle on left side of helmet.
Yeah. Now, the thing to look for here is this red, nasty bull neck with the bulging out over the collar. That's also typically Nazi. Watch out for that. Right, next one.
Click. Oh, shut up. Click.
Panzer Grenadier, light machine gunner.
Ah, yes. Now, the thing I want to look at here are the ears. You'll notice there are no lobes to the ear. It's a well-known criminal trait.
Mr. Mannering, aren't there any nice-looking Germans?
No.
Excuse me, Mr. Mannering, sir. What's that thing hanging down?
What thing hanging down?
Well, that thing there.
Read this thing here.
Yeah, that thing there.
What is that thing hanging down?
I don't know, sir. It doesn't say.
Excuse me, sir. I think it's probably a starting animal to a pansy tank.
Yes. Very possible.
Yes, sir.
Next one.
Thank you, sir. Right, sir. Right, click.
Cavalry, private, first class.
That's smart. Don't let's have any of that sort of talk, Pike. Nothing smart about that at all. That's earth-set rubbish. That uniform probably fall to pieces in a matter of weeks. All for show and not for blow. Not like the British uniform, strong, sturdy, last forever, made by British craftsmen. Carry on, Sergeant.
Right, sir, right. Cavalrymen serving in reconnaissance units of infantry divisions belong to the...
Would you mind asking the sergeant to speak up? I can't hear a word he's saying. He's mumbling.
Can't any of you hear?
No.
Sorry, Uncle.
Look here, Wilson.
Yes, sir.
How do you expect me to keep the men's attention while you're talking in that boring way? You've got a very monotonous voice, you know. Try and lift it up and down a bit.
All right, sir, I'll do my best. Cavalrymen serving in reconnaissance units of infantry divisions belong to the infantry arm. Infantry of an armored division are designated
Yes,
to...
all right. That's it.
Is that going up and down enough?
No. I want you to notice the dozy expression on this man's face. Quite different, you see, from the British keen, alert... No, Godfrey.
Hey, come on, be keen and alert.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I must have dropped off. It's rather stuffy in here.
Yes, it is. I'm afraid we'll have to put up with it. We're on active service now, you know, Godfrey. Now, it's quite on the cards that the first Germans we shall encounter will be parachutists. And I'm going to show you one or two pictures of them. Can we have the first parachutist, Corporal, please?
Yeah, right, sir, all right. Keep back, right, sir. Right, click.
It's upside down. You've done it. I knew you put one in upside down.
It's not upside down, is it? No.
Of course it's upside down.
Excuse me, sir. I think Jonesy's right. Perhaps his parachute didn't open and he landed on his head.
Don't be absurd, Walker. Put it the other way round.
Yeah, right, sir.
Parachutist, second lieutenant.
Mr. Mannering?
Yes?
Why has he got such titchy legs?
They're not titchy legs. That's his uniform. It's cut low. The crutch is cut low.
All that low?
Stuffing, sir.
What do you say, Fraser?
Protection. Padding for protection.
That's right, sir, in case he lands on iron railings.
Yeah, that's right. Joe's right. They don't like landing on iron railings. They don't lock it up.
All right. Yes, you may have a point there,
Sir, all the iron railings have been taken away for scrap.
The Germans don't know that, do they?
Where's his gun?
Perhaps he left it in the plane when he jumped.
Walker, one more word out of you, and I shall ask you to leave this lecture.
Evening, Napoleon.
What do you want?
I want to have a word with the verger.
Oh, I'm sorry I can't stop now, Mr. Hodges. I'm standing by to see there's no incorrect use of the vicar's apparatus.
What are you all doing, crouching in here with the blackouts up?
You must know I'm giving a lecture.
A lecture? You're looking at funny photos.
Funny photos?
Yeah. Pin-ups, girls we know. What?
Girls we know. How dare you? Leave this hall at once.
I'm not going till I've seen the verger.
Well, sit down until I finish the lecture. And listen, you might learn something.
Right, carry on.
German Navy,
Just a minute. I'll give the orders here.
I beg your pardon.
Quiet.
Shall I go now?
Yes, carry on.
Right, thank you very much. German Navy, Admiral of the line, the number of rings worn denote the rank.
Right, let's have the slide, Corporal.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. I'm just getting a bit of a muddle here. Stand back. Yes, right, sir. Right, sir. Right, there, ready, sir, ready.
Read it out again.
All right, sir, right.
Listen.
German Navy, Admiral of the line, the number of rings worn denote the rank.
Click.
Took me in my little wooden bag.
Shut the doors.
Yes, sir.
I didn't say anything to you out there because I didn't want to show you up in front of the men.
I'm awfully sorry, sir, but I don't understand what you're talking about.
I'm talking about that absurd eyeglass you're wearing.
Oh?
It's ridiculous. You look like an advertisement for Sharp's toffee.
So you see, I wear this monocle because I have a weakness in my right eye. It's been bothering me for some weeks now. And a couple of weeks ago, I went to the oculist, and he recommended it.
Weakness in your right eye, my foot. Why can't you wear glasses like anybody else? Anyway, they're not for sergeants, they're for officers only.
Well, show me in King's regulations where it says that a sergeant is not allowed to wear a monocle.
I don't have to show you. Whoever heard of a sergeant wearing a monocle?
Or if it comes to that, whoever heard of an officer wearing arch supports?
Now, leave my feet out of this.
Well, don't go on about my eyes, and I won't go on about your feet.
Now, look here. Now, let's not be childish about this.
Quite, sir, quite, yes.
Have you considered the hazards of wearing a monocle on active service?
Yes, I
Supposing you were wearing a gas mask, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
And you dropped it. Wouldn't be able to put it in again, would you?
Well.
Be rattling about inside the gas mask, wouldn't it? Well, no sergeant of mine is going to have a monocle rattling about inside his gas mask. Besides, you might block up the air intake. Now, look, I don't want to be... Yes, come in. What is it, Fraser?
Captain Mannering, sir. I'll come straight to the point. During the period we've been together, you've wasted far too many hours of our precious time, and tonight's lecture was the last straw.
Now, look here, Fraser.
Let me finish. I've made some careful notes of it all, and if you'll just hold on a wee, I'll give you one or two items that might interest you. On November the 6th, 1940, you wasted 3 hours giving us a lecture on why the Germans don't play cricket. On January 28th, 1941, you gave us a lecture telling us how Hitler, when he's in a rage, bites the carpet.
It's a well-known fact that he does.
Maybe, but you then proceeded to waste 2 hours working out a plan on how to send him a poisoned hearthrug. According to my notes, it comes to a total of 438 hours wasted on useless blather. Well, that's how I feel, and I had to come in and tell you so to your face. No offence intended, you understand. That's all.
I've never heard anything like that in my life. That's rank insubordination.
Yes, I must admit it was rather strong.
Strong? I'm just about sick and tired of Fraser's grumbling. Yeah. He's been a thorn in my side ever since this unit was formed. Every day there's something to grouse about. Wait a minute. Grumbling.
I beg your pardon, sir?
I've just remembered something I read in the Home Guard manual about this.
Who's that?
Here we are. Man management. There is a sure cure for this form of unnecessary grousing, but a bad CO or NCO may be afraid to try it.
Mm-hmm.
It is simply the temporary exchange of rank. Let the grumbler have a free hand to run the section or platoon and learn for himself that it is not so easy. Well, I'm not afraid to try it.
All right, sir.
I'm going to get them together and throw out the challenge.
All right, sir.
We'll soon stop Fraser's grumbling.
Yes.
And in conclusion, I feel that I must say that of late I get the impression that there is in the ranks a certain dissatisfaction with my methods of command.
Mr. Speaker,
Yes?
I'd like to make a statement, sir. I see it this way. An officer is an officer, a sergeant is a sergeant, a lance corporal is a lance corporal, and a private is a private.
Yes?
No, that's all there is, sir.
What's that got to do with it?
Hasn't got anything to do with it, sir, but I just thought I ought to say it, sir.
I don't feel that it's fair that the many should be blamed for the errors of the few.
Hear, hear.
I'm glad you made that interruption, Fraser, because it underlines the point I'm wishing to make. You are the chief culprit.
Me?
Yes, you. Whenever there is any grumbling or grousing or discontent, you are found to be at the bottom of it. Now, I've only one thing to say to you, Fraser, or to anybody else for that matter. If any of you think that you can run this platoon better than I can, you're very welcome to try for a couple of days, starting from now. That'll take the wind out of his sails. Has anybody anything to say?
Yes, I have.
Yes, Fraser?
Give me your peps.
You've bitten off much more
No.
than
You can't wheedle your way out of this with me. There's a discrepancy. 8 yards of 4x2 missing and unaccounted for.
Well, I think if you look at the
Stand to attention when you're addressing an officer.
Well, I don't know. I may have given a little extra to some of the chaps or something like that.
Precisely. Incompetence and extravagance, maybe even corruption. Well, that's it. You're busted.
I beg your pardon?
You heard? You're busted. Get them off.
Get what off?
Those stripes. I want those stripes, Private Wilson. And you can tell yon spiff fella to come in.
Now, look here, you can't possibly
Right.
talk to me like that.
You're dismissed. Right turn. Quick. March! Left, right, get a move on. Hey, you! Walker, in here. Oh, at the double!
Everything all right, Wilson?
You know, sir, that fellow Fraser really has gone too far.
I'm sure you can handle him.
He busted me.
He's what?
He's busted me, reduced me to the ranks.
Ah. Well, that's a very good sign, really. Give him enough rope, he'll hang himself. What's he busted you for?
Oh, I don't know, some trifling discrepancy in the store's account. 8 yards of 4x2. I mean, I ask you.
I have warned you many times about that, you know. You're far too lackadaisical in
Yeah,
these
but he
matters.
spoke to me in the most offensive manner, you know. He told me to take my stripes off. I really do think you ought to do something about it, sir.
Yes. Very well, I will.
Oh, thank you so much, sir. I knew I could rely on you.
Just hand me those scissors, will you?
All these ribbons. They cut my waist with me, Jones. So you might as well know where you stand from the start. I think you're a woolly-minded old ditherer.
A woolly-minded old ditherer?
Well, at least your hearing's sound.
Is that what you think? I'm resigning. I wouldn't serve under you if His Royal Majesty the King were to ask me. I'm reducing myself to the ranks as effect from now.
A good riddance of bad rubbish.
And it's no good coming round to my shop asking for sausages, because the answer will be in the affirmative.
I'm sorry, Wilson. You're just going to have to go on parade and soldier on as a private.
Yes, but I know he'll be rude to me, sir, and I cannot bear it when people are rude to me. My heart starts to pound, and I just have to sit down, that's all.
You don't sit down when I'm rude to you.
I know, but you see, I don't take any notice of you, sir.
Come in. What is it, Corporal?
Well, Captain Mannering. Captain Mannering.
Something the matter?
Well, sir, you know me, so I'd go through fire and brimstone and treacle for you, sir. I will not serve under a common man, sir. So after 40 years, I'm resigning my non-commission.
Go and sit down, Corporal. It's playing right into our hands.
How do you make that out, sir?
Oh, by antagonizing the platoon. If nobody will serve under him, then he's done for.
That's right.
Come in.
Excuse me, Uncle Private.
Oh, Frank.
Will I tell Mum that you're going to be home for supper?
Yes.
Because Captain Fraser says I can go home now with the good news.
All right.
What good news?
Well, Captain Fraser says I have hidden qualities of drive, tenacity, and leadership. So he gave me this.
Right! Right. Captain Fraser says that Private Wilson and Private Jones can have the rest of the day off to recuperate. He expects you tomorrow, 6:30 sharp. Oh, yes, sir. He sends his compliments. Says, can you have your stick and gloves?
How dare he?
Come in, man. Come in. Sit you down. Take the weight off your feet.
That's very kind of you, thank you.
Now, my dear friend, in the past, I've said some harsh things to you, all for your own good mind, but no doubt the heart.
Well, I always felt you never meant them unkindly.
Precisely. I'm a simple man. I speak my mind and what's in this hard old Scottish heart. But now that I'm in charge, you need have no fears. I sympathise with you.
That's very kind of you. Yes.
So, if ever you're feeling off colour, or if it's your day for the clinic, don't worry about it. Just don't bother to come in at all.
That's very understanding.
But if you do come in, you'll do as the others do, or take the consequences. So now, we know where we stand, eh? Come in. Off. Squad, Shen!
Are you the commander of this unit?
I'm indeed, sir.
Oh, my name's Miggs. I've taken over area command.
I'm glad they had the good sense to put a Scotsman in charge.
Where are you from?
From the Isle of Barra, sir. A wild and lonely place it is, you understand. The life is hard, and so are the men.
Well, that's the sort we need these days.
I
might go now.
I go on.
Thank you for being so considerate, I think.
How are things with the unit?
Well, to be frank, sir, it's been a terrible day. My sergeant's been on the fiddle. My corporal is incompetent, but I busted them both.
Oh, I see. Well, can you replace them?
That's what I did, sir.
Ah, well, obviously there's nothing to worry about here.
No, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Oh, Captain, I don't suppose you'll play the pipes?
Did I do, sir?
Ah, well, no, I'm planning a wee Highland get-together at HQ Officers' Mess, and I'd be delighted if you'd join us.
It'll be a rare honour, sir.
Ah, good. Well, I'll send you an invitation. Meanwhile, carry on the good work.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Good day to you, Captain Mannering.
Good day. Mannering. Oh, dear. Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear.
Come on, hold your hand out. We're all fed up with you.
I'm glad Mannering impressed you, sir. He's a good man. I must say, I never knew he played the bagpipes.
Well, he certainly does. He told me with his own lips.
Well, to tell the truth, I didn't even know he was a Scot. Mannering isn't a Scot's name, is it?
Well, perhaps it used to be Mac Mannering and he dropped the Mac.
Perhaps it wasn't raining.
Haven't you got a comic to read, boy?
Anyway, I've asked him and the unit to come over so that he can pipe in the haggis.
My, I haven't seen that for years.
Precisely. So lay it on, will you?
Yes, sir. Captain Mannering will pipe in the haggis.
Now you're going to get a big surprise. You're nothing but a basket full of lies.
Come in. The men are outside, sir, and waiting for you in rows.
Presume you mean in ranks?
Oh, yes, of course, yes, ranks. Sorry, ranks.
How are they?
Oh, they're very well indeed, sir. All very pleased to be back to normal. Very glad that you're once more in command of us all.
Naturally. I should think Fraser's learned his lesson, wouldn't you?
Oh, I think he would, sir, yes, yes. I hope we all have.
Return! Return! Hat! Steady! Eat! Well, now that we're all back to normal, I'm sure you'd like me to thank Private Fraser for his spirited attempt to run the platoon. I'm sure that he now realizes some of the problems and is only too relieved to be a squaddy again.
Head on, sir, head
No
on.
talking in the ranks.
Sir, I'd like to say that I think Captain Fraser made a very good job of it, considering.
I would like to second that.
And I would like to unsecond it.
Mind you, I think Captain Mannering's better than Captain Fraser.
Oh, yeah, in some ways, yeah.
Well, Captain Mannering is more of a gentleman than Captain Fraser.
Yeah, I know, but you knew where you stood with Captain
All right,
Fraser.
all right,
You
all
know,
right. Be quiet. Settle down. Anyway, it's all over now, and I'm sure that we've all benefited from the experience. Now, quite out of the blue, I've had an invitation from Major General Menzies.
Sire, Menzies.
What did you say, Fraser?
We pronounce it Menzies, sir.
Do you? From Major General Menzies to take part in the ceremony of the piping in of the haggis. And I'm sure you'll agree with me that it's a great honor indeed to be asked to partake in so ancient a ritual.
But, sir, that happened because the General was so impressed with the...
Talk in the ranks, please, Fraser.
Very well, sir.
Now, I want a very good turnout. All eyes will be upon us.
Aye, but, sir, you ought to know one thing...
For the last time, Fraser, stop talking.
Very well, sir. Upon your own head be it.
Come in. Escort party outside, sir.
Good, show them in.
Sir. You may go now, sir.
Thank you, Sergeant.
Well, good evening, Mannering.
Good evening, sir. I'm very sorry we're late, but our transport developed a fault. However, we're here now, and I hope the General will forgive us.
Unfortunately, he's been called to the War Office for a briefing, but he wants the piping to go on. I'll join the other officers now that you have arrived. The sergeant here will fill you in on the ceremony.
I will, sir.
By the way, caps on, of course.
Thank you, sir. Caps on everywhere.
Right, sir. Now then, first, we need a bearer for this.
Ah, yes. Now,
But, Mr. Speaker,
yes?
I should like to bear that. I'd enjoy bearing that load, sir. I'd also consider it an honour as well as also.
Yes, all right.
It should be a sergeant, sir, by rights.
Yes, of course it should. You take it, Wilson?
Yes, I will. I'd love to. Thank you so much. How kind of you.
Now then, we need 2 men on the doors here.
Fraser, walk up. On the doors, quickly.
Right. The escort goes 2 abreast behind. Move!
Move! Come on.
Now, once inside, it's twice round the table, then present the President with the haggis. Is that clear?
I think so.
Very good, sir. I shall go inside, and when they're ready, I will give 3 loud taps with my paste stick on that portal there. That will be the signal for the escort party to advance with the haggis. Is that clear?
Quite clear, Sergeant. Thank you.
Very good, sir.
That clear, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Got it? Right.
Ready?
Hold that
Just the way to do it?
No.
Like that?
Arms.
Very curious.
You are, sir?
Perpendicular with the B off.
Ah,
good. I take it the Colonel will be playing them.
No, you are.
I am.
Of course. That's what you're here for, isn't it?
Now will you let me speak? It was me the General invited. Me, because of the way I handled the platoon.
Indeed.
Indeed. So now you're sunk, Captain Mannering. And there's only one thing you can do. Let me go in there at the head of my platoon playing the pipes. And let me take the credit I deserve. There go the knocks. They're sounding your doom. Nemesis has struck.
Get back in your place, Private Fraser.
Man, oh man. You're a bigger fool than I thought.
Are you absolutely sure you're doing the right things?
I spent my honeymoon at a place called Invergiki.
Oh.
It's a wild and lonely place, you understand? The nights were long. There was nothing else to do.
I never doubted you could do it, sir. Never for a moment, never for a single moment. God forgive me.
Mr. Hitler, if you think we're on the run. We are the boys who will stop your little game. We are the boys who will make you think again. 'Cause who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think old England's done? Mr. Mr. Brown goes off to town on the A21. But he comes home each evening and he's ready with his gun. So who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think old England's done?
Yes, Elizabeth? No. All right, that's settled then. I'll tell them to come round about 8. Yes, no, just some sandwiches and beer. That should get them in a convivial mood. Yeah. You don't want them to have any beer? Well, I've got to give them something to drink. Well, no, of course they won't get drunk and smash the house up. My men are not hooligans. Come in. Yes, right. Oh, no, don't wear that dress with the fringe on. Makes you look too much like a flapper. No, I don't think anybody would mind if you wore your siren suit. After all, Churchill does. What?
You're making the final plans for the party tonight, sir?
Yes. Just, making sure the little woman had everything under control.
I see. I really am looking forward to coming, you know. Do you realize this is the very first time I've ever visited your house?
Yes. Well, of course, we haven't done much entertaining since the war started.
Oh, quite.
But I thought it was time that the platoon got together in civilian clothes and met on equal terms.
Well, that's very democratic of you, sir.
Yes. I realize, of course, that it's very difficult for you. I mean, with my being your superior at the bank and also your commanding officer in the platoon, we very rarely get a chance to meet as equals.
No, we don't.
However, tonight you may call me George.
Oh, thanks awfully, sir.
And I shall call you Arthur.
Oh, will you really? Oh, good.
Come in.
Brought these letters for you to sign, Mr. Manring.
Thank you, Frank.
Looking forward to the party tonight, aren't you, Uncle Arthur?
Yes, I am, very much indeed. George has been telling me all about it.
Who's George?
I said you could call me George at the party, Wilson, not here.
May I call you George at the party, Mr. Manring?
Certainly not.
Has just occurred to me, sir, what's going to happen in the middle of the night if the balloon goes up?
We're having balloons as well. That'd be nice.
Of course we're not having balloons, you stupid boy. You don't need to worry, Wilson. I've made adequate provision.
I see.
Numbers 2 and 3 sections will be on duty in the church hall.
Mm-hmm.
I must say I'm looking forward immensely to this. Everybody together in civilians, in a happy, carefree, relaxed atmosphere.
Yeah.
Well, very nice of you to come.
Very nice of you to ask us, George.
Aye, very nice. Very nice indeed.
What a lovely party, Mr. Manring.
Yes, I'm enjoying myself. I certainly am, sir.
No, please. George.
No, I'm not George. I'm Jack.
Yes, I know. Now, I want you to call me George. Jack?
Well, it's very nice of you. I shall enjoy doing that.
I say, look at the time, Arthur.
Hmm? Oh, my goodness.
Joe's late.
I bet he's up to some shady business.
Oh, we mustn't judge him too hastily, Jim. Well, my wife will be down in a few minutes, and then we can start on the refreshments.
I must say, I'm looking forward tremendously to meeting your good lady, Sir George.
Sir George, the man, hasn't been knighted yet.
That'll be Joe now. Let him in, Pike. There's a good fellow.
Oh, yes, Mr. Manring.
Well, how's business, James?
Oh, can't complain. A lady in today ordering one of our best oak coffins. Her husband dropped down dead. Like that, aye. Just about your age and build he was. Went out like a light.
Joe Walker and friend.
Friend? Oh.
Hey, no, this is Shirley.
Pleased to meet you, I'm sure.
Trust Joe to turn up with a tart.
Excuse me, I better go and see how my wife is doing. What did you want to bring this girl for? I told you it was Stag.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, your old lady's going to be here. I thought she might like to meet her.
That's hardly likely.
What's this, secrets?
Excuse me.
What's the matter with you lot? Looks like an undertaker's convention.
I must say, I thought you'd have had a better place than this. I've never seen such a load of rubbish. Nothing here worth tuppence.
This is nice.
Yes, we've got one of those at home, and very pretty. If you shake it hard, you start a snowstorm.
Really? Oh, yeah. Hey, look, Uncle Arthur, look, if you shake this hard, you get a snowstorm.
It's awfully nice. Tell them to wake it about.
You've done it now, Frank. Mr. George will be furious.
What am I going to do, Uncle
I
Arthur?
don't know. Why can't you just leave things alone?
Here, give it to me. Come here. I'll fix it. Sorry, Fred.
Thanks, Joe.
Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Picking up the snow.
He's coming back.
Go on, put it over there. Go on.
Everybody enjoying themselves?
Oh, yes, rather.
Oh, yes, thank you. Pike and I having a nice little whistle.
Well, my wife's going to be a few minutes yet, so let's start, shall we? You hand the sandwiches round, Arthur.
Oh, yes, of course, yes, sir. Of course I will, George.
Beer, everybody?
Oh, yes, thank you. Yes, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Well, don't stand on ceremony. Tuck in. I'm pouring the beer into wine glasses because... because I thought it would give the occasion a more festive air.
Oh, and it makes it go round further, too.
Help yourselves. George.
Mr. Henry.
Thank you, George. Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I haven't shown you around yet, have I? No. I've got one or two little interesting curios and antiques you might be amused by.
A load of rubbish.
I bought this little weather house for my wife when we were on our honeymoon. If it's a fine day, like it's been today, you see, the lady comes out. If the man appears, of course, you're in trouble.
You're telling me.
Now, here's a very interesting little curio. Victorian. Belonged to my grandmother.
She was Victorian, too.
If you shake it, it gives the impression of a snowstorm. Shall I show you? That's strange, there's no snow.
Perhaps the woman's come out.
Well, now there's a very fine picture of my late father, Edmund Mannering. Wonderful man. He had a flourishing tailoring business on the parade at Eastbourne. Member of the Master Tailors Guild.
Did he make the suit you're wearing now, Mr. Mannering?
Don't be silly, boy. He died in 1922.
So did that suit.
That sounds like Elizabeth coming down.
Through the ceiling.
I'll just let her know that the party is in full swing.
Listen, now, I've known Eastbourne for 50 years. His father never had a posh tailor shop on the parade. He had a poky little draper shop up a side street, and he got all old workmen's trousers hanging up. And my brother bought a pair, and the gusset fell out.
I wish to God that wife of his would hurry up and come down. The sooner we get this ridiculous charade over, the better.
Yeah, I can't wait to see her. I wonder what she looks like.
Well, I've only spoken to her on the phone at the bank, but she's always cross.
Well, Wilson's the only one that's ever seen her.
Here, what does she look like?
Oh, she's sort of, well, a bit odd, you know, but she's very nice. Answer that door, will you please, Frank? Yes, it's a little difficult to describe, really.
I
but
think
she's
it's very
nice.
caddish to talk about Mr. Manring's wife like this. I'm sure she's a very charming lady.
What's going on here?
We're having a party.
What's the blackout? Where's Mannering?
He's upstairs with his wife in the bedroom.
Oh, it's one of those sort of parties, is it?
How dare you come bursting in onto a private house like
They're
this?
coming down now.
I can hardly wait to see what this wife of his is like.
Nor me.
She's on the way. Hodges, what are you doing here?
Yeah. You were shown a light upstairs.
My wife inadvertently stumbled against the blackout curtain.
Aye, she's been at the bismuth again, has she?
Come along, dear. They're dying to see you. Elizabeth! Well, for heaven's sake, say hello before you go. I think she's gone down to the air raid shelter.
Now, what's I don't know what she's like. Never.
Well, I'm off to headquarters. You lot are not going to stand around here when there's a raid on, are you?
What we do when a raid is on is our own affair. Anyway, it's probably only a solitary plane. The last twitchings of the wounded Nazi beast. Get out!
There's no room under this desk for two of us, Verger. This is my little hidey hole.
You wouldn't drive me out into the fire and tempest, would you, Your Reverence?
I can't stand being squashed in small spaces with strangers.
But I'm not strangers. I'm the Verger.
Hello, Gerald. Right. Yeah, where did that lot come down? Yeah. One on the allotment, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, one on the taxi garage. Yeah. Any casualties? No, right, yeah. What about the third one? Go on. That's a bit of luck. Good job it was closed. Right, stay where you are. I'm coming right over.
Good job what was closed?
The bank.
What?
The bank! Yeah, direct it right on it.
No. There's a bomb on the back! There's a bomb on the back!
All right,
Don't
all
panic!
right, all right.
Now, come on, we've got to get down there right away. Right, Wilson. Fraser,
Quick as you can.
Walker. Where's Walker?
I'm here, sir.
Come out of there at once.
It's not safe out there.
No, it's not safe under here either.
Mark, look at all that lorry.
Hey,
Yes?
go out the door.
Right.
Fraser.
Aye?
Keep an eye on this hole.
What have you got to do with it?
Well, for a start, I don't want Hodges' lot around here with all that money lying about.
That's quiet.
All right, that'll do. We can do it up.
What are you talking about? This is an ARP matter. You shouldn't be here at all. Clear out.
How dare you? This is my bank and I'm responsible for the money in it. Are you going or not?
No.
All right. Now get out.
What are you doing pointing that gun at me? Who do you think we are?
You might be looters for all I know.
Looters?
Anyway, potential looters. And there's a war on and I'm entitled to shoot you. Now get out. And take your rebel with you.
That's right, Mr. Mannering. You shoot him.
You might.
You haven't heard the last of this, Napoleon. Come on, lads.
Out you go.
You'll hear more of this, I'm telling you.
All right. I'll have that. Now, we're going to get this money together and put it in a place of security where we can keep an eye on it.
Hey, Mr. Manning, sir, excuse me, I've got a very good idea. If we get this money together and we can put it in a place of security, we can keep an eye on it.
Thank you, Corporal. Yes, sir. We'll take it back to the church hall.
Excuse me. Something has just occurred to me, George.
We're not at the party now.
What I was going to say was, what are we going to carry it in?
Ah, yes, now that is a problem.
I can let you have a box from a funeral parlour, but you know, Somebody will have to come along and help me to empty it.
Thank you, no, Fraser.
My sister Dolly keeps her money in a mattress. Now, if we had a mattress, we could take the stuffing out of it and...
Mr. Mannering, you know your curtains and the curtain poles in your office. See, if we got those down here, we could carry the money in that.
Are there any more ridiculous suggestions? That's a very good idea, Pipe. Go and get them.
Yes.
I've had enough. I'm off.
Oh, no, you're not. I need all the help I can get.
But if I start to clamber over all that rubble, I'll ruin me stockings.
Well, don't worry, love. I'll buy you another pair.
That's what you said the last time we were on a bomb site together.
Maverick should be here when there's a raid on.
Well, there's no use going on at me, Vicar. All I know is Mr. Mannering's giving a party tonight, and I've been left here in charge.
Oh, look at this. Where on earth have you been, Captain Maverick?
I've no time to discuss that with you now, Vicar. The bank has been bombed. Put it down here. Pour it on top of there. How much was it in the vaults?
Oh, it's here somewhere. According to the books, £96,478, 11 shillings and 4 pence.
Well, we'll have to count it.
Yeah.
Perhaps you and the Virgin would help us, Vicar.
Certainly not. I wouldn't soil my hands with it.
That's right, Vicar. Drive them out like the money changers in the temple. Crazy suggesting that we should check money on church property.
Is that why you count the collection in the bar at the Red Lion?
How dare you?
Look, get this money out of here as soon as you can. Come along, Mr. Yeatman. Why do you always count the collection in the bar at the Red Lion?
Well, the landlord gives me a hand. 2 heads are better than one.
All right, young lady, you can go home now. I finished with you.
Blimey, you've got a cheek.
I beg your pardon?
You're just like all men. You use the girl, and when you've finished with her, you cast her off.
Cast her off? Walker, deal with this young lady.
Oh, come on, Shell. I'll see you at the door.
And what's more, you older men, you're worse than the young ones.
I shall have to talk to Walker about the company he keeps.
I never knew you were interested in girls, George.
How dare you? And for the last time, stop using my Christian name.
I'm terribly sorry, sir. I do beg your pardon, but you started it. I just don't seem to be able to get out of the habit, that's all.
Don't tell Sponge that I shall want the men to keep an armed guard on this money while we're counting it.
Right.
Right. Maximum security.
Oh, of course, yes. Maximum security, of course. Now, that's fun.
Right. Now, you've been a long time. What have you been doing?
Well, with all this money lying about, I thought I ought to search her.
Now we're going to have to count this money.
Oh, that'll take all night.
I'd like to be a counter. May I be a counter, sir?
Yes. All right,
Excuse me, sir. Do you mind? Just a moment. There seems to be a bit of a problem, sir. Sponge is sulking.
Sulking?
Yes, he's sulking. Yes, he doesn't mind he and the others doing their normal home guard duties, but they do object to guarding your money.
What's got into them?
Oh, I don't know. They're just a bit upset because they weren't invited to the party.
Oh, really? How childish can they get? Tell them I'll give them a party next week.
All right. Yeah, that's fine. Next week.
Now, Corporal Jones,
Yep.
you'll count the £5 notes.
£5 notes, sir.
Walker, the £1 notes. Godfrey, the 10 shillings. Pike, the silver. Sir. And you, Fraser, will count the copper.
Hey, hold on. That's not fair. Why should I count the dirty copper? Let me count the £5 notes and let that old fool count the dirty copper.
Not so much of the old fool. You count the dirty copper like the officer said.
All right. Now, that's enough of that. Now, we shall need something to count it on. Bring that trestle table and a blanket over. And Jones,
sir,
tell the men to form a ring of steel around the money.
Right, sir. Right, Section 2, Section 3, fix bayonets. Ring of steel, round the money, at the double, form. Now listen, anyone trying to fondle this money, you've got to let them ham it right up. Ring of steel, about, hey! Ring of steel, stand at, 8. Ring of steel, shove.
Thanks very much. William Steele, stand at 8! William Steele, at the ready, sir!
Time it rains pennies from heaven. Don't you know each cloud contains
1,555, 1,560, 1,565, 1,570, 1,580. Well, now, wait a minute. Now, I'll have to start again. Wait a minute. 5, 10, 15, 20.
56, 57, 50... Hello, what's this? What's that dirty old 10-bob note doing in there?
Walker. This is no time for tomfoolery. Get on with it. Pike, did you speak to the manager of the Eastgate branch?
Yes, Mr. Mannering, I phoned him at home. He was having a party.
And a party is a nice time to have a party, isn't it? What did he say?
He said it's quite all right. You take the money round tomorrow morning and put it in his vault.
Right, splendid. Right, go on. Count the silver.
Yes. How you getting on with the copper, Mr. Fraser?
Yeah, look at the colour it's done in my hands.
That's all right, it matches your face.
What is it? Captain Mannering, either I count the £5 notes or I'm going home.
All right, change places with Jones.
That's not fair, sir.
Now, don't argue.
Let's see how you like counting the dirty copper.
Yes. Well, at least I'm highly disciplined, and it's a pleasure to obey Captain Mannering's unpleasant orders.
Wilson? Wilson?
Oh, I'm terribly sorry, sir. I do beg your pardon. I must have dozed off.
Okay, Wilson. As chief clerk, you're just as responsible for this money as I am.
Yes, of course.
Now go and order a taxi for 9 o'clock in the morning to get this stuff over to Eastgate.
All right, sir. Right, I'll do that.
You'd better make it 2 taxis, one for the money and one for the armed escort.
All right.
All right, and remember, Wilson.
Yes.
Maximum security.
Yes, of course, yes, yes. Maximum security, of course.
Keep alert.
All over the floor, Mr.
Well, I'm
Jones.
sorry, Pike. I'm doing my best. I'm not used to this sort of work, you know.
Hey, look, I tell you what, look,
Well,
get
what
the
are
end
you doing? What are you doing?
I'm just getting the end of the blanket. Look, now,
Yeah.
tuck that in your trousers there.
Yes.
Look,
What for?
Pack it in.
Yeah.
And that'll catch the pennies if it drops.
Oh,
See?
I see that. I'll just give it a try. Oh, that's a good idea. It works.
Did you order the taxi?
I'm afraid not, sir. The garage was bombed and both the taxis are out of action.
And now what are we going to do? We've got to get this money over to Eastgate first thing in the morning.
I can get you some transport, sir.
All right, Walker, go and deal with it.
Right.
Well, Ben, we seem to have got some sort of order out of the chaos. Another hour's work should see it finished. The problem is, what are we going to get this money over to Eastgate in?
Oh, Mr. Mannering, there's a laundry basket in the choir room. It's got all the dirty surpluses in. You could use that.
That's a good idea. Go and get it, Pike.
There's just one thing, sir. What are we going to do with the surpluses?
I don't care what you do with them. Go and get the basket.
Right, very good, sir.
pennies from heaven for you and me.
How much is them?
£96,478 and 1 shilling.
Not bad.
Ah.
Only 10 and 4pence out. What time is it?
It's 7:30, sir.
Oh, dear. Sponge.
Sir.
You and the men get the blackout screens down and you can go home.
Yeah.
Leave enough rifles for the armed escort.
Righto, Mr. Mannering. Here, we're looking forward to that party. Forwards.
You know, I should think the bank would be grateful to me for saving them this money. Might even lead to promotion.
Captain Mannering, would it never occur to you, man, that we might have had a little to do with the saving of your money?
I've got the transport, sir. It's outside.
Good. Pike? Pike?
Yeah.
Come on, wait. Go and get the rifles.
Sir, do you think I might be excused, sir? It's been rather a long night.
Yes, very well. Right. Hello. Wilson, Pike, go. Take the basket.
Aye, sir.
All in together.
Aye.
All right. Left. That's it. Right. Left. Right. Left. Right. Left. Right. Left. Left. Right. Left. Right. Keep in step now. Left. Right. Left. Right. Left. Right. It's a horse and cart.
Right.
But that's absurd. A horse and cart? I naturally assumed that you were supplying motor transport.
Well, I couldn't get the petrol, could I? I mean, there is a war on, you know. But it's very cheap.
How much?
A fiver.
A fiver? That's absurd. Where's the driver?
Oh, he's gone away. If you want a driver, it's an extra fiver.
A fiver for a driver? Get that basket loaded onto the cart.
What a kind face this horse has. You're not going to drive it, are you?
Certainly I am.
You know how?
For your information, Wilson, my father kept horses.
Did you really? How awfully nice.
I'm well acquainted with them.
Ah, good, good.
Ooh.
Why does Captain Mannering have to go so fast?
Mum's going to be furious with me, Uncle Arthur, stopping out so late all night. I think she thought I was Captain Mannering's party.
Mr. Dunner, you went to an all-night party.
Why does he have to drag the lot of us out?
God knows.
We're armed escort. You heard what Mr. Mannering said. He's got to have maximum security.
Why, does he think we're going to be attacked by Red Indians?
Uncle Arthur, look!
What?
Look!
Oh, Lord.
You're the youngest. Get on your bike and try and stop him.
Mr. Mannering! Stop, Mr. Mannering! Stop! All your money's falling out! I've got to attract his attention. Right.